goes
A
up.
bit late to the live stream,
JoJo
but yeah.
wants this up. He wants to go for a heal off. This passive play might be a huge
Live right now,
mistake
so whatever
here.
you say
The
is
second
live.
one gets a knock.
Ben,
That's gonna be a
you're live.
siphon waiting to get picked up, but no, gets crashed on by a
The
huge
heal off.
The heal off.
JoJo
Oh.
meanwhile heals his way
I live
to the win.
just in time.
Was the strategy all along.
Wow.
While all that
Dang.
action went down between those two teams, Monster Curve just sneaked his way into a top 2, but big ups for them. They just pulled off a
Insane.
big win, Monster, and qualified themselves for the Major 3 Grand Finals. You know what that means? They get the rest of the day off.
Yeah, you see, you can really
Wow.
feel it when, you know,
Who
every
typed that? What's it good? Good. I'm just live streaming the FNCS. I was a bit late, but yeah.
Was like, nope, we're gonna just go ahead and ride this one.
Oh, Luke. Wait, is it? Wait.
As
Oh,
well.
Luke. It's Luke.
That was
Hi,
a
Luke.
huge factor that they didn't even have to worry about. So clearly, they had so much material.
Luke.
Look at it
Peterbot
here.
died,
From their
sadly,
perspective,
but
JoJo versus
almost.
He made some crazy
Yeah,
calls.
Peterbot was actually going
Six or so
insane.
builds. Pikes obviously had already
Hi.
from that side angle. He thought he had it for a moment
That's
there,
actually
but
insane.
he ticked his way out. Congratulations to Aoxy Pikes and JoJo Fishy, winning match 1 here for group number 3. Jacob, to go on and kick this one off. What a way to start the.
Yeah, I said. He said, "Oh
Well,
dang."
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, dang
We
for
talked
what?
about this at the top of the show.
'Cause,
In the
they won.
conditions, okay? Now, this trio, they did not have the medallion from Rift Island, right? We saw it on Pete. We saw him kind of jumping around, disappearing. But what I love is that
Bro, my
they
thing
utilized
just
Rift
lagged.
Island in that mid game. You
Hello.
saw them for a moment. We cut to the wide.
But Ben, you
They're
lagged.
shooting down. They saved so many materials.
Ben,
We
you
cut to them
lagged.
and it's like the 1v3 situation. Or
lagged.
the 3 trios remaining. They had like 60 builds
Oh,
on
Ben
top, but
lagged.
they had so
Here's turn
much
the lobby,
ready
lagged.
to go. And the fact that they even
Dang,
had a
JoJo.
player kind of already back in zone playing the heal.
That
off.
win is what
Kelly,
they
they're
need. They had
treating that
18
like a
points. They were in
finals
last
lobby.
place. Now they're in first.
Yeah, they played that so smart, and like you said, it started all the way back from Rift Island there. I'm not too certain if they were able to actually claim the island themselves, but we can see this rotation
Peterbot
over
needs to
there.
win one of
Actually
these
using
next
bird
4
form a lot,
games, or
something that
he's
I've
not
seen Polio
qualifying.
do a lot, where they won't actually use the risk to get up to Rift Island. Instead, they bird form up there. But you can just see what opportunity they
Yeah,
had.
Peterbot's
and
gonna
for it to go back
crash out.
over Rift Island, obviously, that's a little bit of
Luke,
RNG.
Ben said that
They
you're on
see
an
JoJo and
island
Pikes
right now. Is that
actually up on
true?
Rift Island
Or
quite
did you
earlier than
come
that.
home?
So to be able to reclaim it once again, I just love to see it. And then they just handled this so well with Zone pulling over the mountain. They knew that from Rift Island, they only needed to expend a minor amount of materials, and then they just carry that all the way to the end.
No.
Yeah, that's definitely the point I want to hit on as
No,
well, right? We
or-
just saw it
wait,
yesterday
so
where we kind of
were you
critiquing
even ever
teams
on an
here, right?
island?
They had the higher gun right there. They had so many eliminations going into the end game, but then throughout some of those moving zones, they didn't find the eliminations. They couldn't get those
Also, I
refreshes.
got
But when
bucks.
something like this happens, when the rift
What? You got V-Bucks?
to your
Dang, how
stake, the
much?
higher ground, you don't got to build a tarp. You don't got to build a foundation so that way you can't get chopped out. You're just up there floating, free from the rest of
Oh,
the lobby. You
yay,
don't
I
have to
was.
necessarily find any of those
You were what?
game kind of come in where they didn't necessarily need any refreshes. They just had to play
Yeah, what's
the
what?
game out and continue to play from the higher ground.
Oh,
Well
alright.
played from that trio.
Absolutely textbook. No notes now, of course. Before we go,
Yeah,
to
he
game
said
number
he
two, we
did.
have to go to a break. When we return, though, we break down game number 1.
Also got V-Bucks.
Okay. Not 258. And these are the plays that happened. Cooks was making some good plays, but he died sadly. Peterbot was actually this was this was Peterbot's game to win, but he didn't. Like, he was dominating. I mean it when I say that. He was literally not. He was just rushing the whole team. He 1v3'd like 3 times.
No, he clutched a 1v5.
Yeah, he clutched a 1v5. Literally, he kept going back and forth, a 1v5. So it was insane. 2 minutes left, let's go. We gotta check real quick. Let's let. Oh, I'm 50 points away from getting this thing. Let me go to it. 50 points away from getting the crown. I need the crown already. I got everything else. So yeah. Oh yeah, while that goes on, I want to show you the back. So in Legends of Lending, there's all of this. Every FNCS player and winner. Which, that goes to that.
Also, I got 1000.
1000? Oh, okay. Look, see, in the back, it shows the winners. He got 1000. Yeah. Look, it says Bugas. This is the level he used to win. And it says what year too, so. I know. And then this is Aqua and Nyx.
Oh dang.
Cammy Seti, what they used to win. Yeah. Yeah. Then Cooper Mirror to win. And then obviously Peterbot and Foyo. And then Ausiantex and Peterbot. This is when Peterbot started actually like competing for FNCS too, that's the thing. He was training. Okay. 48 seconds left. So close. Let's see let's see who's. Okay.
You got this, Orlando.
What? What do you mean? I got this. I'm not playing. I'm just watching. You're not live streaming. Oh, I already told Ethan I'm gonna do the video where I open 100 seed packs in Grow Garden. But what do you mean I got this? What do you mean I got this though?
Welcome back to the
I thought
FNCS,
you were
everybody.
playing.
Game number 1, Aoxy, JoJo Fishing
Oh,
Pikes.
well I
Give
will
themselves
a little bit
victory
later.
royale high ground. We'll be seeing them going straight to the grand finals, but another story developing in this game. Peterbot, for a moment there, left alone as an
What are you
individual.
typing on? Like typing in chat?
Kelly, it doesn't matter because they're still going to get 16 eliminations as a trio in a 4th place.
Yeah, the exotic on Peterbot, as well as the mythic rifle, and then he had.
Alright, look,
builds
see,
as
this is what I'm talking
Not
about.
Too many builds.
The
Who
plays
needs
are
builds when you're able
insane.
to eliminate everyone on the low ground, and even as a solo, we've talked about this so many times.
He
We've
full
seen
box
it so many
in 4
times
piece
from
3.
Peterbot. Something like the Game 11 boon, not curse, where every single time Peterbot is put into a solo situation, it looks like he is a trio all on his own. Vivid.
Like these are the plays right
Yeah,
here.
I mean, it's just incredible stuff. I think one of the
Like,
most, incredible things too about this
Boom.
trio is that when we kind of tune in the early game, they were obviously in a 3-3
Right.
battle
Boom.
with edgy trio.
Love
Are
Gears
you
one.
gonna do a collaboration with
It was
Ethan?
like, wow, I kind of expected that to be closed
Yes,
pretty quick,
when
'cause
we
whenever this
do
trio does
Grow
get a
Garden,
trade
me and
on
him are gonna
3v3,
open 100 seed packs
they
together.
usually do end up
Right now,
closing
I
out
was
pretty quick,
since you
because
said that,
took
I'm
so
gonna
long,
start
they were
thinking
actually
if we
in
should do that
7th zone
collaboration
this
in
game
Fortnite.
with just those 3
Like,
eliminations that they found in the early
just
game.
in Fortnite.
And like Zeke mentioned, right? 16
I don't
eliminations,
know.
which means that all of those eliminations pretty much came from the end game. It is just incredible that this
Right here,
trio
look
can
right here,
just
look, boom,
consistently find so
boom.
many eliminations.
There's
when
1,
there
2,
are
3. There's
so
3
many
right there.
teams around you. They're able to just find those
That was
isolated
4
fights
right there. He got the
Alright.
limb.
win them, but make sure that they don't
5
get,
right here.
affected
Boom.
by any
He
of the
literally
other
just
trios
clutched
that are
up
so close
instantly.
in the end game.
But
And
that
then,
he died right here.
honestly, I mean, it's just a Peterbot effect, right? Like, if you got Peterbot on your team, he's just gonna do it in the end game. No matter
Dang.
what it is, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I like that you say that because that's like literally how I
Yeah,
think
because
about
Peter
it,
Bot team would have
is
been
that
number 1 if they
there
didn't.
is-
Go
If they
there's such a
won.
turquoise,
chaotic
white
nature of an
horns.
end
Go
game in
turquoise.
What are you saying? What is Luke saying? White goat, turquoise, white horns. Goat, turquoise, white horns. What are you saying?
You're a lone person. Did you say impact? Like, his game sense is next level. Also want to talk about 3rd place there. Osid, Cam, and Sinetto. Now, of course, we only saw Osid and Cam together, right? Sinetto had fallen kind of in that end game, but still, these guys put up a 3rd place with 9 eliminations, right? If we're targeting consistency, that is a very good start.
Yeah, and a lot of that came from the low and mid ground game that they
That
played towards the
Peterbot is
end
the
there,
goat.
just playing
Yeah,
the levels
Peterbot
so
is the
well,
goat.
not necessarily sticking to the extreme low throughout the
He would have
entire
completely
game.
won this, but
And
it
also, I
went
love the
up
play
to
that we
heel
saw
up
at
and
the
they
very
spread
final
from
moments
above.
there where they burned it up, they
Really,
wanted
I
to go
guess
for the
this was his
elimination.
game.
But of course, if you have
Just
one
kept
player that's able
dominating.
to pull back and go for the heel off, eliminations are only
Look
going to do
at
so
that.
much. But getting a second
Everyone's
place with
doing
all
insane.
those elims is
You.
definitely going to be holding them up in the top of.
Yeah, Ethan's watching
Osid
too.
was looking right there, right? Like, he was looking
Wait,
clean,
right?
everything was looking really,
Or
really good for him. And then
I see both of y'all. I see both of y'all.
Like,
Yep,
he was looking
yeah.
very, very clean
Ethan
right
and
there.
Luke are watching the
Obviously, just
stream.
picking up most of those eliminations. Osid, and he went
Wacky
through it there. But
code.
yeah, very good for him.
Huh? What's good?
Let's get some
Good.
more
I'm
Fortnite
just
action.
live streaming the
Casters, take it away.
FTS.
Thank you so much. And no, Vivid, you were not wrong. Osid, second or third most in overall damage behind Peterbot and Cold, almost 1,300 in that game. He was getting those eliminations stolen away.
Yeah, but he put up the numbers, right? That damage was nothing to be overlooked at. Definitely showing that they're a team to be, you know, put on the radar for popping off and possibly winning a game. But you got to stay away from that low ground if Peterbot and team are going to be looking to kind of make some big numbers, find some highlights, rack up some content, if you will, to kind of close out the weekend for themselves, because that's just not going to work for most teams.
Yeah, and with Aoxy, Jojo, Fishy, and Pikes qualifying to the grand finals, the format says a spot has opened up. It's over towards the big man monster on top of that mountain. Usually teams like to 50-50 into that little tunnel. That's usually where it is if it's contested, but this time around, uncontested, free loot. So if your drop spot wasn't necessarily working in game one, now would be the time to switch it up, because game two is ready, and let's get right into it.
Game 2, Group 3. Let go.
Group 3, game 2 now gets to kick off here. That last end game, though,
Face
talk
orange
about
fighting
a
males. Face
disaster
orange
zone
fighting.
Oh my god. What are y'all saying?
floodgate.
All right, here we go.
Normally, you know, we celebrate a dead center end game, but right there, man, that was a tough one for most. So let's see how this is going to go ahead and dice up as we are now in game number 2 of 5. One thing to think about, though, Jacob, for just a little refresher for everyone at home, the name of the game is win.
This
If
is
you
so
win, you go
stressful.
straight to
It
finals,
looks
and
very
then after
stressful,
that,
I
it's
will
top
say that.
5 consistency. will also
I would
have
be
to
so
sit on that
stressed out
7+.
if I played this, not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
usually kind of looking
like
at
I've
the
never played
leaderboards for the
FTS
past
though.
two
That's
group
the thing.
stages, it usually takes three good games out of 5 to really start to perform. You just got to make sure you have no 0-point games, because that really puts the
Taking
pressure
notes,
on to
too.
close out the day. Back on over towards Utopia, and it does look like one team just kind of getting the lion's share
Yes.
of this loot, but overall they're kind of split up. This would be a good chance for Caliper and his entire trio to try to push towards the north. Aaron is literally a solo on that side of the map.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely out of position. Something's going wrong there, but as we talk about that, same
Sprayed.
thing can be said of Cosmo here.
Oh,
One
not
already
fun.
down, Bluish and Beck, so Oasis
Oh
starting
my
and ending before we can
lordy
even
lord. Wow,
touch
getting
on it.
pickaxe in
That was
FTS,
a
I
quick
would just quit. I would
Sending
quit. I feel
back
so
to
bad.
the lobby, if you will, here.
Someone got pickaxe.
Much needed too.
I'm not lying. Hey, look.
Disasters, these
Yeah, look, Ethan said, dang. Hey, one of y'all type in chat. Ben does not believe me that one of them got pickaxe. Type yes or no. One of them 100% got pickaxe. I'm not lying. Like, see, even he's laughing about it. I'm not lying. One of them got pickaxe.
Beam one, get the other one to about 20 HP, and now he has the high.
Hey,
ground,
look,
full
see how
advantage.
good this
He's
pistol is?
able to clean them up
See,
for
look,
all
watch.
3 of those.
Look, yes, it is true. See? See, right
Waiting,
there?
like, dude, drop me something. Like, I got nothing.
See?
And then he just gets finished with the pickaxe.
Anything but
Okay.
that. Kind of seeing around
That's
the
good
map,
so
kind
far.
of uncontested spots. Almost, I think, a good portion of the map on the northeastern side, uncontested from first order base to supernova to pump power. So there's a lot of freedom in the early
No, I
game.
forgot about the
but depending on
turtles.
how split you are
Yeah,
in that
didn't
drop,
everyone forget about the
those are
turtles?
little intricacies you really got to watch out for.
I feel like I would throw down the
Early
Sprite.
game. Kind of cycle
To get-
here. with
to get
teams
those
that performed
dashes.
Very well, 72 points for Tyler's trio. Not
Where
bad
are
at
his
all
teammates?
For a game 1 start for them to go ahead and
Oh,
really just put their foot in the door here.
oh, good, good.
Utopia this
Oh,
time,
oh.
though. No sneaking around for Fred's trio. They're trying to get
Insane
straight
round,
to it.
insane. Oh,
This is the
hits,
difference,
damage,
right, from
damage,
game 1 to
and
game
dead.
2.
Know the
Teams kind of
turtles.
warm up. Respect is thrown out the
Yeah.
window, and
Our totals
quiet
are very
dominance here.
old.
This is going to work much better for Fred's trio.
Yeah, it's kind of what you're saying, like warm up, just gain that confidence, especially kind of when you look at the leaderboard after game 1, the team contest you might not have performed well. That's kind of like boosting from game to
Yes.
game, especially now if you win the fight here. If you somehow don't win the game and go to the grand finals, there's even more confidence in that Utopia fight on one side. Bluish, Arsenic Plasmafy, just kind of continuously rotating over towards the east. You kind of see the Spire in that mini-map, so you kind of see the over-ending goal of what they're after here.
explain this. When I place a build the build phases through a tree, it does not break. But when I place a build through a rock, it completely breaks. Which I get no sense. Yeah.
XP, loot.
You can 100% do
I'm
that.
surprised that team's essentially kind of letting them get it for free without even trying to contest it, but I don't
They know that
necessarily
they
see
would
all
die.
3 members there together. They are kind of spread out. Now you can kind of see in the mini-map they're looking over in that direction, but at this point in
Bro,
time,
I
you
have
gotta
not
start to wonder,
played in
is
so
it even
long.
worth it? How late are we to rotate on?
Is that Ethan? Yeah.
Up. They already got the XP for their superhero rank, so it's like
He said, bro, I've not played
decision.
in so
Are
long.
those missed forms or those search
Are you
cubes
thinking
worth
about
fighting this
playing
early in the game?
again?
I
Both
was
of y'all?
gonna say, look at how critical the loot that they just claimed was. 2 misforms, plenty of extra heals, showing you the power of the spires, even the mini
Maybe.
ones there. So
Maybe.
it's
Maybe
their
okay.
loss for not fighting for it, but
Okay.
too far out. That's what happens.
Wait, why aren't they just knocking it down still shooting?
Just kind of looking around. You're seeing just a lot of these early bases, kind of where the zone's pulling towards the south. A good portion
I
of them,
will
you see
today.
already 2 different
Oh, you will
search
today?
bases there.
Okay.
Kind
Oh, Ethan's gonna hop
of
on Fortnite
necessarily
today.
use these launch
When?
pads.
Do you know when?
But if you get pushed, you're stuck in a weird situation, you may not have the mobility that you're looking for.
Pump
That might
jumper,
be a good way
200
to
pump
try
jumper.
to escape, get out for free, and kind of reposition overall. And up until then, you don't have to use it. You can kind of just sit up on this perch, loot up, get the surge. They see they have 1 player towards the bottom, just trying to accumulate the materials that they might be missing
At
up into
like
the
7
spot. 'Cause
or
you
8.
see how many that monster
At
that
like
they
7
use
or
just
8?
to
Okay.
get up into this mountain.
Yeah, I was
Ah.
gonna debate to myself if it's worth staying here this long with 2 players up here. Luckily, they kind of
I
split
will
and then
play
send
also
one
with
back
you.
down. They gotta get their,
Oh,
gotta get
okay.
their resources together.
Yeah, cause
Why y'all?
Here
oh, alright.
and targeted that ramp.
But
out
at the
first so
same
they could break
time,
them down.
me and Ben don't know if we can play between that. We can play
Okay, now we're
we're
They're
until
edgy.
9, and then we can play some
You can
Roblox.
find
But
themselves
that's
a little
it.
elimination here. They kind of finish this team up right now. Skaters on the run.
Oh,
Ooh, big
this is
opportunity there
getting.
for Edgy to go and make a
Yeah,
mistake,
dash
but
at the last second,
Second
and you
dash
take
is
no
going
fall
to save
damage. But if you
himself
just
either
don't
way.
dash at all, you'll take.
Great knock here to kind of kick
This is
this
doing
one off.
good.
And that's going to be 2 already secured.
Yeah, and you kind of see the lone player in the mini map. Just wondering, just kind of eyeing it down. Like, is it worth going over there now? Do I wait? Almost in the
I
center of
am
the
going
zone
to
at
see
low
if I
player,
can
so it
get
might
my
be a very, very
subscribers
risky
to join
situation to
you.
put yourself in.
Okay.
And then you got to
He's
add
gonna
on the
see if
fact
we
that
can
you
get
don't
his
see
subscribers to join.
another
Yeah,
player
so
in
that we can all,
mini-map anywhere.
like,
So
join.
it could quite
That'd be
possibly
good.
be a solo with the entire game on the line. 28 teams still up. Far too early to go down for anybody, for that matter.
How?
Another little lurk player here by Osid. Meadow Cam. They get face
That's
checked
not
by
hacker.
another trio right now. Don't really get to set up the ambush there if I were looking to right there.
That's actually a lot of storm damage. 1,500 storm damage from game number
Look
1.
at
And we
everyone
kind of saw
else.
why. You know, the early game fights going on
Oh.
over towards their west. They're
Another
contested
hack
here
on Brookhaven.
for the most part.
What?
At the
Oh, yeah, throw
resistance
that- throw that
base.
and take
so
the
it's
minis,
not
yeah.
easy to move out of the spots for free. And then you add in the fact that they want to get storm surge, so they're taking advantage of the surrounding teams that may not have a safe drop spot to
Oh,
land at.
Apple.
So overall, working out well.
Apple's team
for
versus
game number
KSM.
1. Bahati KSM delayed. They're just getting pushed. Their high ground stolen away. They even lost KSM along the whole path. He's got dropped
Yeah,
down to the low
KSM.
ground, and they're just trying to lurk around, keep their position hidden out.
Ugh,
And that's going to be
okay.
their only way to try to take this fight back.
Yeah, Hadi's kind of found himself upstairs. Delays down in the low ground, just kind of waiting this one out. I think it's just a matter of time, though. They get spotted out from this other trio. Oh, yep, there it is. Delayed, forced to fight back. Great little shield crack here. Kind of reinitiates the other trio, so they wasted no time to jump back into it. Clearly, they want a piece of this action here. Could've, should've, would've. No opportunities
It's
presented,
actually
though.
insane right now. Thinking
Now,
about
just keep in mind, they
everything right
kind of
now.
initiated this off with a couple dashes, so you can see Minka is already kind of out.
Think about what to do.
Not
He's
near his
letting
team
it
to go to
down.
get the replenish, so has to be careful.
Like he was making the drop down for a moment. These turn sideways. All that aggression coming out from Apple and Snake, they just kind of get the tables turned on them. Not only a shield, but HP just get torn off just like that. You kind of see it's forcing them to reposition all around in that entire mess. And that's where it could get a little dangerous depending on where everybody's at, who owns what pieces. But it does look like Lulu, Minka, and their trio just kind of converging in the same box. They don't want to take too many risks. And this puts Hattie in a weird spot because he has to sit and listen to all of this play out. And hopefully there's enough time left to get the reboot cards when the dust settles.
They know he's here. They know for sure. They kind of had tabs on that first elimination. They saw the second go through, so I'm not trusting it, but the QTE trio still here. Hattie just has to wait this one out. Still plenty of time to go out and play for those cards as well. A little
Okay,
update. What's
just
going on with
posted a
Peterbot?
video.
Okay.
He's taking a little 1v3. You know, nothing.
Peterbot, let's go.
Doing his
So
thing.
just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what's
that.
Peterbot
Just
gonna
normal
do? What's
Peterbot
Peterbot
action.
gonna
Nothing too
do?
exciting. Just putting himself into a 1v3, fighting the team. He knows Cold and Ritual know how to close the gap. They do have
Oh,
the mist
shoot.
form. Peterbot
Peterbot's taking
using
damage.
the dashes and the medallion as his primary mode
Yeah, he's
of
gonna have
rotation,
to.
getting tagged up just a little bit. And you can see him dropping and picking up the medallion.
Dang,
Instantly
he's
starting
actually
that
healing
shield
fast. Wait, how does he
regeneration
heal that
while
fast?
using the chug chug just to kind of get there faster. And you see it just in mere
Yeah, that
seconds.
medallion's really
It's like
fast.
he wasn't even hurt at all.
I was gonna say that could catch a team off guard too, right? Like a real fake out. They key thinking they have a big advantage. He's gonna be back to 100 before you even realize it. Cirque, Cynics, Polars, the team on the
Peterbot
run right now.
pushing.
Oh
He's
wow,
scared.
too far out. Peterbot kind of initiates this one here.
Oh, these people are scared.
You
Oh,
back to the
Pete- oh.
shotgun, kinda
Oh,
take
shoot-
the
oh,
form
shoot.
here. There it is.
Oh,
Cross
Oh my
the
God,
back,
yeah,
but-
right,
ooh,
okay,
wait a
okay.
second now. Peterbot forced to do the reset like we just talked about here. And look at that HP flying. Ball jumps
oh,
in, kind of closes it
Cirque
out. Med Mist
dead.
comes down.
Peterbot's team getting the
Go through
kills.
reset for the team now.
Holy.
It's ridiculous, dude. The dashes plus that medallion from the island. Peterbot is just zooming around the map, starting some of these fights. Luckily, though, I will say, Cold and Ritual were there to alleviate the pressure. That was a very, very dangerous position for Peterbot to be put in, especially
Yeah,
since he
that
not
was
only has the
really dangerous.
medallions, he has both of them and both
Oh,
of the mythics.
Peterbot
They're
has them.
basically putting all their eggs in the Peterbot basket. Rightfully so. How many times, Monster, has it worked out in their favor? But it's that risk-reward scenario that we're talking about.
Peterbot's
They
pushing
inch themselves
another
closer and
team.
closer to box
Holy,
fights. A lot
this
of
dude's
noise being made down
insane.
below, and that's
Let
just
us
a huge
cook.
signal for Peterbot
Yeah,
to
let
try to
us
take advantage of,
cook.
knowing that Trio's down there. He's just trying to peek and choose, trying to find the right angle to start this aggression.
Oh, Cold going in. Oh.
Definitely is going to hold
That's a
his own,
cheeky peek.
especially with Peterbot by his
Dang.
hip. The Ritual.
Rick
right
is
behind him,
insane.
just full support here. This is excellent work right now.
Goes, wait, yeah, he's
Giveaway
100%.
here, cuts
Oh,
him off
I
with
only
those
that was
shots.
actually a full box. Oh yeah, he's not letting that slide. He's going for. He wants this
With the
kill.
amount of pressure he's putting down, you saw he forced Jace out of the med miss. He's not letting him get min. He's forced to drop the dash. Even though he has dashes, he cannot pick up that blob again. Every bit of resource he has is just getting wasted. And now Ritual with the sideline taking down Jace. That elimination has been secured. That's 3 overall for them.
I was gonna say, did Jace throw the
Oh,
blob for
another person,
himself
3
and then
people.
had to
Let's
run
go.
before he was even rewarded with dashes. It happened so fast.
Yeah, how quick they are.
This is
Exactly.
insane right now. Oh, 50 tag.
Tyler Curve and Josh, 72 points.
let's go,
With that, what,
someone is
6 or
watching.
so eliminations,
Yeah.
second
Oh,
place
he just left.
in that last game. Starting off on the right foot, talk about 3 good games. If they could start the day with 3 good games, then kind of all but secure their spot. They can start playing with a different amount of confidence, maybe condition their drop spot. But up until then, it's going to have to be business as usual. They're holding on to their high ground. Really not letting that team beneath them breathe. And coincidentally, it's not letting them peek out to continue to try to grab Storm Surge either.
I thought for a second there, this team was surely done. The way
Actually insane.
Kirby
Oh, what's
Tom moved
that?
up
What is
top.
that? That's, it looks sick.
Josh
Alright, he's thinking about what to
looking
do.
for that side
Looking
angle.
at everything.
Tyler back to scouting the general area. Another trio moving pretty fast below them. This team's team. Looking for a side angle.
So,
Kaji's trio
there's
kind of behind now.
3 trios,
Josh,
3 trios.
Herb, and Tyler here.
Penguin blue waving tear. Penguin blue waving tear.
I like this. This is where like the experience comes into play for like Tyler, Curve, and the entire trio. Even though they have a full team down below that they were just fighting, that they know they have to be worried about, they're still looking off in the distance, knowing that Storm Surge never stops and never sleeps. Doesn't matter if you're stuck in a box with a whole other team pressuring you, that's going to still accumulate. Bakaji, Kovics, and Bray, they're just getting
They
more
are
and more
sneaking
brave
up,
to try to lurk
little
their way up.
rats. Little rats.
And this is where, if they don't have all the information that it's 2 teams here, it could go dirty fast.
It could go south.
Yeah, you have to assume they probably think the battle's over because the high ground team is focusing on shots in the distance, but no, there's that information right there.
I can just
Ooh,
hear
they
the
breaks out
shots.
up top. Now they have even more opportunity to get kind of an ambush going here. First, the disengage down to the low grounds is going to get boxed up.
Just like how patient Josh is playing. He even dropped down a few layers to kind of get more in their
There's
layer.
another team to the south. Who is that?
Another team.
Luckily, they're coming in on the low ground. It's going to take them a while if they go up there to lurk that play.
Ben,
I'm not
can I have
gonna
the
say
box?
it's impossible.
They're gonna
It's
walk into the
Saul
other
enough
lurkers.
and
Ben.
Smiley. Oh my god.
Ben.
How
Box.
crazy would it be? They're like, oh yeah, let's
Give me
get
the box.
in the
Yes, you
box.
can.
And then you find
Now,
a whole
you took it.
trio underneath, kind of waiting there. This is probably gonna happen, by the way. They are moving. They are inching. Oh my
Inching
gosh.
their way.
Let's not be confused.
Yo.
This is lurking team 1, not the
Yo, what do you mean?
flanking.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh,
now
yeah.
it feels like the lurkers are getting lurked on. And while the 2
Since
original
they're
people
not-
fighting on
I'm
top of that
surprised they're still
entire
alive.
base are the safest of them all.
I'm
Stop
thinking
using
sometimes
this-
it
Do you
seems
think
like,
Osho
we're
changed
just here
my
for the
vein?
launch pad, you know?
Do you
Bring it
think?
by,
Wait, let me
look,
read
it's
it. It's you. That's your
Oh, now they surely
name.
know.
I'm
Look
not
at
gonna
this.
tell you a thing.
Oh my gosh.
You can change it to whatever you want to change it, or you don't have to change it at
Now
all.
they have a little bit of advantage of that elevation. Yes, they might have
Me
to heal up
personally, I might
just a
change
little bit.
mine, just to let you
And
know.
that's a real
Might.
giveaway because remember, they don't know where the 2 locations are of the first teams that were already there. We'll join that 4-team battle royal in a few moments, but Peterbot called
Just gonna change some real quick. Okay. Okay, just let you know, I'm just not gonna be talking right now. Okay.
Just got taken
So
down
yeah,
in the distance.
just gonna be talking right
That's basically a giveaway. No more sneaking around. Firing those shots, the audio visuals, how close it actually is. And now they know exactly where you're at. 857. From 1300 to 857, you're seeing Storm Surge thresholds kind of in play. Zedgy Chance, full trio is going to kind of disengage towards the outside. They go directly towards that bunker. And they have the options here with 2 different superhero crates underneath. They can open up both. They have the med mist smoke it. If they so choose, they can use that rift to try to escape. And it might be worth it because I don't see too much mobility on the full trio.
One fight to the next. All in God's hands. Go ahead and wrapping this one up. 5 eliminations for this team here. And they pulled the zone pretty much. It's going to be a short rotate, but you got Peterbot's team kind of right above them. Looking on over to the messy builds here.
So I'm not going to say this is exact monster, but of all the teams so far that qualified through consistency, in 5 games, the least amount of eliminations a team had was 16. So if you're not able to get all the points through placement, you got to start to look to maybe pick up a few eliminations. But 16, it's not relatively a high number through 5 games, so you don't have to overstep. You don't have to bite off more than you can chew going for eliminations, but it almost goes to show how much of a necessity they are in this 5-game format.
Yeah, it's almost like one of those things you know you need to accomplish, but you definitely can't force it. You know, you gotta let them come to you. Kyrie right now, they've got an excellent position here on the side of the mountain. The whole team's out. No one else has really got their number on them. Then for Neko and Trio, I mean, this is not looking too hot here at Prime City. They're deep in the storm, but give it a second. Peterbot's gonna go ahead and fall here to the hands of Chance. Like we talked about, these teams have been going back and forth here. It looks like it's a 2v2, so it's Cold and Ritual setting this one off here. Chance loses all shield. Edgy forced to play defense here, but no shots landing just yet. And no, I lied. Duke is actually up, so it's a 2v3.
I will say this is like best case scenario though, because you see the zone pulling all the way towards the south. I don't know exactly every single position of every reboot on the southern western edge, but this could be their best opportunity if that team does disengage. But Cold doesn't feel like he wants to kind of let them disengage for free. They're 820 above the damage threshold. Zone is going to start moving in about roughly 10 or so seconds, so they're definitely on the clock to try to figure out what they're going to do about this situation. And Edgy looking to get a little bit more aggressive, closing the distance. Chance as well, knowing he has backup and a huge numbers advantage.
See what Cole can do here. Forced to play backwards right now. Wants to be at max HP as well. I definitely respect the ability to make those decisions on the fly here. This is as good as it's gonna get for Edgy, Duke, and Chance right now. We're at 4 elims as well. Seem to be pretty fired up here, but look at that, putting respect onto Cold and Ritual, saying, you know what, we're gonna utilize the zone to our advantage. We don't want to get stuck in that 5 tick right now.
Yeah, Ritual's just trying to take somebody down with him. Yeah, he's just trying to take somebody down with him. I'm not sure the healing situation on the Cold. Maybe Ritual kind of stuffed everything, all the heals in the Cold like he's a pinata. That's all down to just chug, 30 left, no mobility. I think this might be the end of the road, barring any miracle eliminations here.
Yeah, he would have needed to either escape right there or obviously get the elim, but no builds, can't get up and over the mountain. This is just gonna be wraps right here. Another game down for Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual. I'm all good with that. We'll be seeing them continue to give us that entertainment throughout this kind of showing here for Group 3. Now jumping in with Reed, Curly, and Cooper. Same can't be said for this team, right? They didn't have quite the game one. They are missing quite some points here.
Yeah, I think they would have got like 12 points, maybe even 13 in game number 1. They really got to make up for it here. If not, just get the victory royale, make it that much easier for yourself, because not everybody's going through the same trials and tribulations. Some of them are going to be below the damage threshold. 134 for Kezi, Tobbs, and Exotic. Currently getting ticked on the way there, forced to use the dash fight. That's the only way they're going to be able to close the distance and accumulate that surge at the same time. If they spot out, that might be what they're looking for. A full team towards the right, using their dashes to try to close the distance. But now Swarm Surge has activated, and they run into Edgy on the other side. Tobbs needs the heal, but I'm not sure he's going to get the chance. He's literally barely going to go down, and it's not going to be a knock. It's a full elimination. Kezi goes down. That's going to save him from getting fully eliminated for only a few seconds, but 177 for Exotic. This is going to be a mountain to climb if he's looking to survive.
Yeah, things would have been different had Tobbs not missed that shot. That is that critical moment where you just can't make the mistake like that. And with that tag, granted he wasn't a full dash and kind of slide right there, but here we have it. Exotic now traps one in the box with him. Decides not to take that fight there. It's kind of an accidental pickup there. Down body getting quickly finished here. And it's enough. Look at him just kind of waiting nearby. Not his builds at all. Cone comes through. Very nicely done. He misforms out. But Exotic falls to another team just lurking inside the builds. Who's on high?
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing. I see Reed. I thought he might have been on high ground, but he's getting sprayed from a team that's in the clouds. Only time will tell who that team is, and if it might have been too early, because they might have taken it at 8 zone, spending some good materials. But down below, Fred, Aaron, and Caliper, they've literally been scrapping the entire game just to get to this point. They can kind of close it out with a win, or even a top 3. They'll put themselves in a much better position than they were after the last game. But it's Cam, it's Osid, it's Soneto, and they're in the driver's seat already with 99 points.
You know what? Makes sense. Saw them start this game off with like 72, 76 points. Just really running things up. coming out of game one. Now they're keeping that momentum. And, you know, it has seemed like the trend this weekend has been if you take height first, especially in the earlier games, you kind of secure the win, you know? And a team that experience, I can see them riding this one through to the end. But look at the elims just adding up right now for Edgy, Duke, and Chance. My gosh, they're putting up some numbers here.
Yeah, that's what you do when you have an FNCS duo champion along with Chance, who's kind of earned his own stripes to be on a team just like this as they continue to dominate the low ground, kind of making up for not being able to get a lot of points there in game number one. But Veer, Noxy, Ozone trying to do the same thing. 2 eliminations so far. Not necessarily worried about Surge, having more of a focus on getting to the front side of the zone because they know at any moment things could happen. Sprayed towards the back. They land a good shot onto Fred. Sebi's there on the other side, but Noxy's making sure to hold their focus as they continue to tarp to the front.
Gotta play it smart here. I like this kind of second ground hold right now, this mid-layer positioning. High ground should be focusing that team, so if they don't start to attack them soon, it's gonna start to go really bad for them up at the high ground layers. Meanwhile, Chance, Edgy, and Duke just kind of running through things right now. Reed, Curly, Cooper playing med miss here, just kind of vibing out. They want to be completely capped off. They playing deep in the storm just now, but I thought for a moment there, but no, they're just trying to stay as healthy as possible.
I think they know every team coming out of the zone might not be as healthy as them, especially not be as looted up as they are. Chance with his 5 eliminations, 11 overall for this entire team, but up above, I think that was Chris that finds a good shot onto one, forcing them to disperse into different directions, and that might have been it because now Edgy's going down. Curly's the one that caught him off guard. Chance still trying to take fire from all angles, forced to the ultimate low ground. No mobility, no materials, and no chance at survival as they get taken down.
Played it well, though, made the right calls to continue to layer change, but everyone just seemed to be absolutely ready for the action. Noxy, though, on the other side, no zone here. Look at the loot pile that's happening down low. Meanwhile, pressure starting to come through for Reed here. He's going to be forced to kind of misform around the outskirts. Cooper, Curly, Reed need to now find a way to regather here. A little bit of water going to throw off Cooper's positioning there for a second, but things start to settle down here on the ultimate low ground. It's not a team in sight, by the way.
Probably heard all the noise on those mid layers, and that's exactly why they made that decision to drop down low. Just give it up. We'll worry about it later if a team does drop on them. It's Jay, Chris. They're just moving on that layer that Reed did give up, but they're just stuck down below. They're crouching. Eventually, they might run out and have to go to the storm. They do have a Menmis smoke, but it's all about when do you use it. With the zone pushing in their favor, now is the time, especially with the duo trying to push in. That's Veer, that's Noxy, it's Ozone. It's actually a full trio. They were able to get the revive, and they get a knock onto Curly as Noxy gets another one onto Caliper, keeping themselves alive. That's their 6th elimination here in this end game.
Noxy, Veer, and Ozone come ahead after that entire clash right there. Cooper and Reed, the last 2 left alive here, standing on top of their builds, forced to come down. They're going to block him out. Win conditions starting to be set up here for Noxy as he's got the heal off. Meanwhile, High Ground is doing what exactly? Coming back out of nowhere to find a couple elims. Siphon is going to go on and kick things off here. Noxy, though, losing teammates, but Ozone turn things around, and they end up winning the game from the low ground there.
That was actually huge. Well played for them because throughout it all, Monster, there was a moment Veer actually got knocked and they got the elimination. Instead of just abandoning him, they said no man left behind. They cleared out space. They grabbed the body and said, get back on up, Veer. Because of the eliminations, they had more than enough loot to make sure he was able to get his HP and shields back up for the eventual fight to win the game.
That's a rare situation that we just watched play out right there, where the low ground team actually pulls a victory royale in these group stages. You know, we've seen the high ground teams pretty much run away with things, and it should have otherwise been textbook at that given moment. But congratulations for Noxus Trio down low, really fighting their way through it and fighting it through prominent teams as well. Just look at things from their perspective. They couldn't have timed the fight better against Reed's trio. Veer and Ozone playing just excellent Fortnite right there, but Nox is tracking. He just seems so sharp. You got to give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, and you can see Cam, you see Osid just trying to make that last-ditch effort from backside of the zone. It just wasn't enough, even with the misform. Congratulations one more time to Noxy, Ozone, and Veer for making the Major 3 Grand Finals. Zeke, are you still excited with 3 games left?
You know, Jacob, that's a great question, and I have an answer, and that's my secret. I'm always excited. Congratulations to the trio. I think it's interesting that Monster kind of points out we don't often see that like low ground win. We see it like occasionally, you know, but again, just given the like situation we saw. At one point, we see the team on height. They have to kind of come down. Low ground. Ultimate low is Recoup with Curly, right? They've got nothing there in shambles. And this is the opportunity, right, for Noxie, Ozin, and Veer to take advantage to say, look, we just got to play this out. We got to wait for them to kind of fight each other and kind of like forget about us for just a single moment in time. And if we looked at like their build and can you watch like this bottom side of your screen? They had so many like outs, right? They had so many things in their utility that like there could have been so many different ways for them to clutch up this last little win.
The front of zone exactly, and that's where a lot of the chaos, a lot of the action is. Instead, they were kind of like 1 or 2 boxes behind, which allowed everyone to kind of, you know, coalesce onto each other, and then they were able to get those follow-up eliminations. So really smart plays from this trio right here. And I mean, this isn't their first FNCS finals, but they are still relatively new, so I'd love to just see them grow from here.
I mean, it was one of those classic Fortnite wins, right? Where like, yeah, they did everything that they could on the low ground, right? They played it super well.
They were
It's kind of one of those
insane.
instances where it's
Who
like,
left?
we're kind of
Is this
watching,
Ethan
right?
still
It's
watching,
like
or Luke?
Lemons, and we're
I'm
like,
so
oh man, this
confused.
team looks so good, right? Osid sitting up on high ground, uncontested. They got Matzlev, and then for some reason, there's a 3v3 going on in the final zone of the game up on the high ground, and both
It's
teams
just me, or
don't
does
end up
Vivid
being
not
the
have a
ones to win it.
suntan?
Of course, Noxie's trio taking full advantage of the fight going on up there by being the healthiest trio alive in the final moments.
Yeah, I mean, their first game, 10th place with 2 eliminations, right? Second game on the day, VR. Hey, we'll see you in grand finals, right? That's how, I mean, they've got to be feeling so unbelievably excited. And we are as well, because the next time we'll be seeing them is next weekend's grand finals, where they look to compete for one of the spots going to the global championships. For us, though, we have 3 games left to go, which means we're going to take a short break. When we return, we prep ourselves for game number 3.
For now, I'll just play some. Bruh, how do you even build? It's good. I don't want to die. Just like cost farm. Two, put it on. Sorry. Scrapbook does not stop all damage this today.
welcome back to the FS. Yes, there you guys. Noxie Beer Ozone. Game 2 victory out. So sick. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce there. My gosh. Let's talk about other things that happened in that game, like Reet. We saw these guys ultimate low, Kelly.
Dang.
They were in shambles. Okay, I don't know that I've
just a
seen
second,
Reet in a situation
just,
like this in a
kill
long
one more guy.
time. But for whatever reason in this game, something just, there was something that didn't quite translate into the end game. I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on what you believe may have happened, because, I mean, when I'm looking down and I'm looking at Reet rack his way on ultimate low, I'm like, bro, what happened?
I mean, we just saw how chaotic the low ground was, and that's exactly why, a lot of the teams that were in the low ground but in the back led other people to fight each other, got the victory royale. But what I think separates Tier 1 from Tier 2 teams isn't necessarily what they're doing exactly right, but when things go to shambles, how do they handle it? And I really love the play that Cooper and Philly and Reet made, where they were kind of crouching down on the edge of low ground, kind of below everyone else's builds, which allowed them to kind of stay out of harm's way, but also reserve any of those materials that they could have potentially used in the end game there. So although not exactly the game that they wanted to have, I do still appreciate the changes that they made in that end game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely needed that as well. Right after the first game going out a little bit early, it was kind of like, okay, we still got like 4 more games to play, but in the game number 2, it's like, all right, we need to bounce back here, and that's exactly what they did, right? Instantly putting themselves back into the contention for the consistency leaderboard with 72 points right there. I guess it's only kind of fitting, Zeke, to talk about the team that's right above them on the leaderboard. Somehow with still 101 points, going to be Peterbot's trio getting a little aggressive in the early game once again.
I think
okay,
some of
good.
this
We're
in
okay.
EU
We're
earlier,
okay.
right? Out of
I'll
like
try this thing.
company, they tend to go a little aggressive.
I'll wait till the
And
match
then
starts.
the lobby's just like, hey, whoa, I respect you, okay? But no, we're done with that. Just go ahead and take a step back, Peterbot, all right? All right, King. Yeah, I mean, sometimes maybe going a little too aggressive, Viv isn't the play, but like, I don't know. I feel like 9 times out of 10 this works for Peterbot. So like, I guess this is just the one time it didn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've seen this before, right? It's like, oh my gosh, Peterbot, you can never eliminate him, and then it happens. We're like, oh my gosh, wait, it's possible. But obviously, we know they're trying right now, where they're trying to play that aggressive game, and sometimes they're going to go down.
Listen, it makes sense that Cold, Peterbot, and Rich will spell out CPR because this team needs to be resuscitated right now. They're in shambles, they're down. I think that this is the fall of Peterbot. But
dang, the fall of Peterbot?
Even with these
Peterbot,
quote-unquote terrible games from them, they are sitting pretty right now
Damn.
in our leaderboard. And actually looking at the cutoff right now, 71 points. We still have 3 more games to go, though, Zeke. So there's still plenty of opportunity for teams that are outside of this top 10 to climb up the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, it's Peterbot. I'm not worried, right? In case you're just tuning in, you're not sure what's going on. Either it's a win-and-in situation, so we get a 3-off, going straight to the grand finals, or we end the day basically in the top 5 of consistency, which is really like top 10. Think about it like that. With that being said, I also wanted to highlight super quick, Sid, Cam, Zeno, once again, a back-to-back consistent game. I mean, a second place, and last game was 3rd, right? This time with 10 eliminations, 1 more elim. These guys are on fire. With that being said, though, I want more action. I want to see more of these games. So let's toss it back over to the casters to take us in.
We're almost to that halfway point of the last group stage of Major 3, Monster. And I gotta go ahead and say it as well, Sinetto, Camp, OSID, they've had 2 good games so far. If they continue in that trend, have 1 more good game, they'll all but qualify for the grand finals.
Yeah, I think their names are written in the books at this point. They've been playing very, very well. And you know what? I got to give some respect to Reach Trio. They've also clawed their way out. I know that endgame was a little rough to watch. They started this game 2 off with 12 points, away from them to kind of claw their way into the competition and stay relevant, right? No one wants to end up at the last chance qualifier. So let's jump on the battle bus one more time.
Okay.
Here we go, Jacob. Game 3 is kicking off, and yeah, I would say that Sinetto's team is probably going to be one of the few that can definitely pick up a victory royale now.
Who will win?
It kind of goes back to what they were talking
Insane.
about, the difference between EU Group 3 and some of the central groups that we were seeing around 163, 165 being the point threshold to get in. The only way that point threshold gets higher and higher is if these teams at the top of the leaderboard do not
actually
win
insane.
games. So when we look at Sinetto, Cam, and Osid, if they win, it kind of alleviates some of the pressure at the bottom side of that leaderboard, and it kind of alleviates for teams like this that are going at it all day long. Contested fights, Utopia City. Neither one of these teams have had the day that they wanted so far, but with 3 games left, now is the time with the pressure on.
Gotta play under pressure
I really want Peterbox team to
as
win.
finals starts to loom over. Just do our little updates here for some early game flashes going down. This is the first that we get to see the Kappa Factory kind of early on for Cosmo, Kame, and Vex here.
This spot opened up because of, I believe it was our last game winners with Noxie and Veer qualifying. They were uncontested, and as soon as they left that spot, 2 different teams were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and see where that success was coming from. Let's see if we can figure out a way to replicate it. But just like one team had the idea, so did another, and then it becomes a contested drop, and then it kind of makes it not as good or as kind of as much of an option as it was before, as it was uncontested.
Look at this one. This is a fight that might just end pretty quickly here. It looks like
Very quickly.
Happy Neb and Silig barely
Oh,
have
yep,
any
very
kills to
quickly.
work
Very
with.
quickly.
Caught off guard there by Encrypted. Kind of opens things up with a big tag there. Sails from the side angle now as well. Gotta go ahead and collapse on in. Depth Sails Encrypted. Definitely the more experienced
Oh, knock.
here,
They
but
traded.
anything can still go down. No ship.
Oh.
No shields to
Getting
scare.
Getting touchy.
Oh, the Sails now. Neb's out of build still like we talked about. Look at him just kind of running here.
Almost makes him where he doesn't really have to worry about him out there, but the shots still come in, and now there's the distance. That third party, I believe it might be the Supernova Academy team, just taking notice of this contested fight, especially out in the outskirts, and they might want to go that way anyway because there's a Spire there as well. Yes,
Getting
that
bad
was Supernova,
shots
that was
in
possessed.
FNCS
He's
is
straight away from Jace and
crazy.
Rojo, but for good reason. He's able to pick up that elimination, 3 more points, Storm Surge, and he could possibly chase this team off to kind of claim the Spire for themselves.
Yeah, should have been an easy cleanup for Sails and Death there, but with Possessed team kind of rolling through, and really just him himself, Sails and company feel the danger lurking by, so they're going to go ahead and disengage here. Meanwhile, Bluish, Plasma Phi, Arsenic pushing in now. They're
Dang,
going to find one
got
here.
the kill.
Get that full finish there. Jumping them straight into B rank, so off to a fast start for this team as well. 2 elims now. Sid just gonna go ahead and have to run away now. There's not much he could do
Oh,
here.
you won. Even though I
Yeah, especially when your
come on.
teammate does go
Yeah.
down, and you can kind of see again another Spire spawning on
Insane.
that side
Apple.
of the map
Apple
to try
doing
to
good.
precondition and push
Oh,
that
Apple
team
getting
out,
1v3 right
trying to
here.
get more space
Apple,
so they
come
can't
on.
lurk around. On this other side, those shiny shots.
Come on,
Apple.
Apple.
See it all day
Oh,
long,
Apple
kind of
goes
being
down.
prolonged, but Apple's going to be the first one going down. Snake's going
Dang,
to be pushed
there
back,
he is.
42 HP.
Dang.
He still has Apple's body.
Not
He's
good
waiting for
at
the
all.
drop down, but doesn't get that shot to connect. And right now, he's in this tough situation, trapped underneath. He needs his teammate to kind of break out the back wall and give him an exit, and that's exactly what he does, giving him a chance to fight back as a duo.
Definitely back and forth right now. I'd say the pretty even terms here. Both sides are just 1 for 1 right now. Mathix gonna buy his teammates some time as the heals are starting to rack up. They kick in at the moment. Another trio rotating in from the north side, so Lulu's team's gonna be sandwiched here shortly. This is Sevi's trio. Another team that's had a lot of early game fights. Take a look at the replay though for Arsenic. Plasma and Bluish is how they picked up those first eliminations just moments ago before chasing down the team that tried to disengage there.
Bro, it's one tap. Yeah, you're dead.
That's the only downfall.
That was
of
the
this
replay.
one. That's literally the only downfall. If you're kind of stuck in the wide open, they
Hey,
know exactly
Lulu.
how long the misform
No
lasts.
shit
They're
at
gonna
all.
know and essentially get the down just like that. As Sebi, they're kind of lurking in.
Bummer.
Not sure if Minka knows, but now they do.
Good.
But a little bit too late. They're not able to protect themselves. Lulu's now gonna be stuck by himself, getting pressured. Koibs is there, just trying to use those revolvers to try to break through the builds. Even with a quick peek like that, he doesn't capitalize on that opportunity, and they're just swarming him like flies at a picnic to take him down. They get that elimination, but you can see that superhero crate not accessible just yet. They're still only C rank.
Yeah, you know, teams like Peterbot make it look easy to find all those ranks in the early game. But more often than not, you'd be lucky to have B on this time here. Even for Calipper's trio, who's been clearly in a whole
Don't tell
early
this.
game fight
I'm
here,
about to
just
say,
fighting their way up
don't
to the
sell
C rank,
that.
But nicely done for them. They finally get to clean things up here at the Utopia City.
I wonder how Fred went down,
Replay.
but he just got separated. Crazy just made sure to clean up that elimination.
Oh.
Say, hey, if we're going down, we're at least getting some points for it. So they got to hurry up at Utopia, get that reboot because it's only
Padre
pulling
is
in that
not
favor. Players will cross that path.
the
As Kovic's
solo.
trying to
Padre
save the
does.
day. There is going to be a double down on each side, so it is going to be a 1v1. Kyrie versus Kovic's on the other side. And instead of going for a res, he's just going for the full-on fight. But Cyclops and H-Cube, they're closing it on the distance. Fleeks is already there. No matter who wins this fight, it seems like that full trio, third parting this, will be the real winners.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the points here. 39 so far. This is game 3. You're really running thin on opportunities.
No
to find
scope
your
with
points.
the
So for
DMR.
teams that are falling early now,
I think this is the only
really
good
working towards
DMR.
that top 10, they're going to have a tough time even trying to pull through via consistency.
You
For
should not
Cyclops,
always underestimate that
VLS
last
and
record.
HQ, they'll
Some
talk
pros
about a
make it
big
look
come up
very
for them.
good.
That's a 9-point swing now.
You should
All
probably
of a
look
sudden, they're
so
very
good.
much in the conversation here. Top 10 was 66 when this game started, so they're officially roughly 2 elims off the trail. Chance's trio is only 1.
Yeah, they were essentially the line when it started for Chance, Seji, and their trio, just playing this game a little bit different each and every single one. Typically, this would be a trio that you see kind of position on top of brutal boxcars. That's a center zone. You do have the mountains, and you beat every team there. But they've just been rotating rather quickly in a lot of these games, just trying to get some new position. You see them going over towards Shining Span. So this kind of leads me to believe that their focal point, they do believe the zone is overall going to continue to pull towards the south, or at least relative to where they once were.
I mean, when you come out of game 1 and 2 and Peterbot's fighting you in the early to mid game, you're clearly in an
Is
area
just Luke or
that they
Ethan still
want
watching?
to roam. So I think it makes sense that we're seeing them
Comment,
play far in
which
a way
one
differently
is it?
this game here. The finals for them.
What?
Goes for the edit. Beautifully done there. Okay, reading things
Aw.
pretty perfectly here. Builds a
Same.
lead, eases his way into the box, and just closes this one out. Very, very nice. That's going to clean up Sebi's trio. Putting them up to 70 now for Chris J. Docs, they get into another fight shortly afterwards, and it's going to go ahead and go in their favor, it seems like, as well. That's the replay there to kind of
Peterbot!
start that whole thing.
And I'm glad they ended the fight as quick as they did, because in the mini-map, that team from their north was slowly but surely rotating in. Island instantly grabbed by Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold, just collecting all the medallions yet again. And they're trying to move towards the north. They know teams land over towards this side of the map, and most of these teams are going to be uncontested. And so they're just trying to figure out where they're positioned at, looking for Surge. And I think they might have gotten some sense. Maybe not know exactly where they're at, or even if they're a full trio, but something here leads you to believe that they saw at
looks
least
insane.
one of these 3 players on this side of the map.
What a map visual, by the way.
Peterbot
Not a
is-
single team
wow.
south or to their east. So the call to go north is definitely the right one
Running
right now.
seals.
Whether they caught information or not.
What? That sound like clapping.
The Neko, Fishy, and Zabi, they're just kind of waiting. And this is where I kind of say I don't like fighting at the first order base. There's too many turns, twists, cubbies you can hide in. And so I like what Cold, Peterbot, and Ritual are doing. They're surrounding the position. They're checking everything they can, but they're just not taking too much risk. They know that team, if there is one in there, is going to have to rotate on out eventually. And whether they're waiting there or not, they'll probably cross paths. Glad to see NPen, Zen, and Nut finally in some of these games. I do believe they might have at least 2 eliminations. Yes, they do so far. That's going to be on Zen. And Zen is really taking the community by storm. He's getting a lot of the shine I think he deserves. And I think the cherry on top would be a qualification spot. A little bit of a slow start, though, Monster. 2 games already done and played. They only have 12.6 of those coming from this game alone.
Most definitely. Would that be his first finals on Central? Because I know he's kind of coming out of this like zone war / like box fight grind, right?
It will be. It would be Zen's first and Nut's second. The experienced NPen. This could be a good confidence boost for them as well going in to the Major 3 Grand Finals. They can secure at least one of those spots, whether through Victory Royale or closing out the day with 3 clutch and consistent games. As Valik, Metro on this side of the map, along with HQ, Cyclops. They're just trying to use this. Geyser to try to get distance covered as quick as possible, especially since they don't have too many misforms. They don't have the dash sprites. And instead of going for the double, they're just going for that first Geyser. They believe the zone isn't too far away for them to try to make this in one leap.
That was a pretty cool stat to see. This is a team fighting for their first finals. They've been playing very good so far. 61 points, so they're in the conversation right now for that finals slot. I mean, they're doing about as good as Yusuf Phenom here as well. A little bit quiet. They're looking for any sign of life, but nothing just yet. Yusuf kind of recapping his material here. Being this late into the early game, I'm surprised he's actually not cap material, so a lot of investment into some surge bases being put by that trio there. Meanwhile, Enough playing this ultra height. We've seen this time and time again, Jacob. Same song and dance.
And I like how usually kind of with some of these zones, teams will kind of rotate directly where they think the zone will go, not necessarily where their drop spot is, but Smiley enough salt. They land over here towards Shining Span. They saw the zone was kind of hovering over in this direction, and they invested early, immediately building up towards the top. And the thing about the Shining Span Bridge, even though Enough only has 34 builds, you don't have to invest a lot because you could take the railings most of the way up. And since they are contested to start the game, they can kind of do it right out of the gates.
Rocky's thinking they could rotate without having to build here. Misforms coming out. That's the one on their heels. Ralphie just landed on someone. I don't know what just happened. Either someone was trailing behind that team or they either collapsed on someone by the tower there, but Skater's going to be the first to lose a shield here from Aim Red.
That's really good damage by Aim Red in that opportunity. There's so many more teams making Utopia City their home. Probably get like a 2-bedroom apartment over there, maybe a studio. Either way, the zone's pushing everybody in this favor. And for their sake, not necessarily mine. You know I love destruction. You know I love excitement. But I'm hoping it stays over towards Utopia because it continues to pull towards that eastern side. There's a lot of open water. There's the bridge. There's different elevations. And it does look not just Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold, but even Edgy, Chance, and their trio are positioning on this side of the map early on.
Yeah, it seems like Peterbot's hunting for someone here. Checking all the bushes, checking this kind of isolated shrine off on the edge here, just trying to see where is these teams hiding at. But, you know, we saw it best. We saw that map shot. No one kind of went east. Anyone that was there vacated long ago, straight south. Osid, Sineto, Cam. Early positioning here on the mountain. This is definitely key positioning for them right now. Obviously, they're coming out of the edge here, so they'll likely be fishing for some damage, but 159, just one little end game from them and they'll be just fine for finals.
And it's not just their damage that I'm impressed with right now, with how aggressive even Peterbot was in game 1. It's Cam that is the current elimination leader after 2 games with 11 eliminations so far,
Here,
2,100 damage. Osid is there near the top of the list as well. So they're all kind of playing their part rather perfectly. And I like how they just kind of don't get too aggressive. They don't take too many chances. If they got to stay in zone, sacrifice some HP, they have no problem doing that at all. Peterbot cold, they might have found him at the edge of the island. Two different teams here. Edgy using that exotic pistol. If they're able to hit them on the low ground, they will bounce them further away. And for someone like Peterbot who doesn't typically use that miss form, this might be a way to get some early damage or maybe even a fall.
I'm just thinking in my head, surprise, surprise. Chance Duke and Edgy have their work cut out for them this weekend. If they want to get to finals, they're going to have to
Dennis?
work for it.
Oh,
Dickinson has that high ground right now. Eyes on the prize here.
Peter on the high ground.
I'm also noticing, like, Chance's team has not changed their skin, by the way, game after game, so still rocking that same fit. This is, like, easy spots here for them right now.
Oh, he's actually going up. He said, you know what? You want to fight? Let's have it. Goes for the challenge. Chance is there as well. Peterbot closes off on the other distance. He has the medallion, so he's moving just a little bit more fast, a little bit quicker overall, but he gets dropped down. There goes that exotic in action. This is where they have a little bit of a 3v2 if they do want to take it, but Cold has been lurking around, so his position hasn't been fully revealed yet, so no easy goes for now.
Yeah, Duke lost all his shield there too, so force on the defensive here. Peterbot back to the high ground. They do have a med miss to play with as well. Meanwhile, that one game
you get it, I want it.
Cincinnati needed might just be on
you
the
said
line
you'd give
right
me
now.
the next one.
Shots
You'd help.
coming in from the bush too, so big storylines unfolding everywhere. But give it a second. Peterbot back in the action now. Big tag here. Duke super lit up right now. Cole tracking with that shotgun through the wall. Playing excellent right there. Peterbot with the box up, jumps around, puts Edgy down before he can even react.
Peterbot killed Edgy.
This is all starting to unfold now. I mean, Chance the
Oh, Cole goes down.
Now with his teammate going
Peterbot kills Edgy's Edgy, Duke, and Chance.
All the way from Demon's Domain to Brutal Boxcars to the Last Order to Shining Span to Kappa Factory. I gotta see the distance traveled in this game, Monster.
I mean, it was very, very clear that they were looking for action. They were moving everywhere across the map. No one giving them a time worth fighting for them. Josh, Curve, and Tyler on the move right now. Another team has to rotate as well. A little protective builds coming down here, but Tunes team's like, nah, bruh. Just don't shoot. Slaughter sucks. We need to get out of it. And everyone
don't make it harder for us both.
Yeah,
That's the type of thing. But it's really also dependent on how much surge, because if the zone pulling north, right? Even though a few teams rotated towards the south, thinking the zone was going to pull in this favor, if not everyone did, they might not necessarily be in the most comfortable position when it comes to that Storm Surge leaderboard. But they are getting beat on the punch up the top of the mountain.
Actually insane.
Storm Surge disappear. Maybe I was a little wrong. 611, I think that's more than enough surge for now, and really just focusing on that rotation.
Yeah, they have plenty. Tyler's team was thinking about, by the way, lurking out in that bush for a second there, but they saw the zone and they're like, this is going to move pretty quickly and start taking for a lot of damage here. Kind of getting late into things. Also, I'm just noticing their team's actually A-ranked as well, so getting those passive support, but it's the second right now. Ooh. Big tags here from Tyler's trio, so continue to kind of put the pressure on them. This is what happens when you get beat to the punch on the rotate. When you're side by side like that. No, they might have been passive because it made sense, but now look, you gave them enough runway to kind of get ahead of you, and they're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's Nico and Zabi there on the other side. Not necessarily performing as well as I think they would up until this point, but started this game with 42 points. They've every single game so far, they've been able to achieve some points. And we talk about like lack of tournaments and experience in the lobby. They've reached 12 different finals in tournaments this season. That's third most overall, particularly tied with second with Reed Cooper and Curly. Just so far with some of these zones, I don't think it has been favoring them. Then you add in the fact that you run into Cold, Peterbot, and Ritual. That doesn't make the game any bit easier either.
Okay. No's team getting pushed by Smiley's team. Wait, no, Smiley. Sales team.
A couple zones ago, so picking back up Encrypted here, kind of getting back into things from that slow early game start. No surprise that they're below the surge here. I like the use of the laser here in that low ground, but you saw those builds come down, and Crypto just took so much damage.
Kind of both sides in a rough spot. This side of the map. This is probably the farthest pool in the lobby. Maybe one other team has it as well, but they're very, very quick to try to get on out of there. And then you add in the fact that you're 68 below the damage threshold. So yeah, you monster, you might want to focus on rotating towards the zone, but 68 below, you don't want that surge to activate and start taking that 25 damage every couple of seconds or so. Even if other teams can't see it, that you're being affected by it, they will hear that shield crack, and they will get a sense of it as you start to play aggressive.
See things from Reed's perspective is they're picking up some elims right now, and like we said, just throw that first game out, act like it didn't happen. We're starting to heat up right now. Devin Sales can't catch a break here. Sales is gonna fall, has to be left behind. Multiple players in their vicinity. Dash Bobs come out here to try to keep them in, but
Death
what a
just
shot.
died.
Just shuts down
Death
Death.
is
By the way,
opposite.
had some HP there too. It wasn't like he was super
Cryptic
weak.
is getting
That was a
sprayed.
crazy
Oh, it's
hit.
Peterbot.
Peterbot,
Peterbot,
Ritual
Ritual
Cold, kind of reap
Cold.
the rewards here. He's weakened
Looking for
teams right
stuff.
now.
Small place.
Just trying to count how many teams, like 3 or 4 possible teams, all just kind of fired off in unison in that direction, basically leaving no chance at survival. Caliber, Aaron, and Fred, they've done a good job in this early game. They got 4 eliminations. You saw above the damage threshold before it does deactivate. And they're not too far away from the current zone. So for them at this stage in the game, they just need to continue to outlast some of these teams. Top 16, 1 team went down. That's placement points 4-2. And every other team that does go down as well, those placement
First
points
team
will
is
start
actually
to cascade
playing
in.
us
You see
pretty
Curve, Tyler going down the side
weird.
of that mountain, trying to use
Not-
the natural cover
You
of
see?
that mountain to shield
Not
it.
safe. But, interesting.
You know what? They're still in this right now. Holding on right now. As a 2-man operation, still earning points here, Jacob. Pretty impressive, to say the least. They just need about roughly 30 points or so, right? And they'll be pretty much qualified.
Yeah, they've already passed the 2 NA Central group stage.
Visual team has hype been.
Consistency cutoff.
Peter Golden.
Save exactly what you're saying. Maybe reach that EU group stage.
Peter's
mark,
all the
just to
way
make sure
head down.
that you have nothing to worry about at the end of the day. As
Peter's going for height again.
They're trying to build up, steal away the high ground from one side of the zone to the other. They're just trying to make sure that they cement their position in the clouds so no
Peter's team has to win this. Look, they have high ground, man. They're winning high ground. They gotta do this. Yeah, they know that they gotta lock in this time. They cannot. They need to stop messing around.
2 builds. If this breaks out into a fight for height, I'm not sure they can hold it.
Refresh is on the menu here. Curly, Reed, and Cooper, though, playing a nice little kind of mid-ground layer so far. No one really giving them a problem, so they've got a lot of time to work with. Information being gathered right here. This is cutting straight through the Utopia City, so things are going to get a little dicey right now if you're on the low ground. Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold are going to have a lot of options to pick from right here. Tons of fresh builds are going to have to start to come through for teams that need to elevate up and over.
Get the
There
kills,
goes that refresh we were knowing that they needed. Oh my gosh, that guy had nothing, by the way. He picked up like 50 builds that were just generated from the elimination. Talk about unlucky for a second there.
Okay, they need
No
to.
material,
Peter,
no
Peter,
mobility for him to get back on up, and that might have been a mistake.
Peter
Outside
Bot.
zone, and now he has to drop everything. There's no med miss smoke for Cole to get the
Peter Bot
revive.
died.
A disastrous mistake. I don't
Zone.
think anybody in a million years would think that type of thing would happen to Peter
Look.
Bot. We're seeing it all really play out. He's just going after the
Look,
elimination on the
he
Curry.
shockwaves.
himself. Oh no. Who would have thought, Monster? The only way to take down Peter Bot is Peter Bot
No, you
himself.
don't pick it up.
Yeah, you know, Kryptonite, as they say, unfortunate
Every,
there.
Peter Bot's team dies, like loses.
Time to kind of get it out the way,
It's
right?
because of
Get
that one
kind of,
mistake.
These
That one
grooves,
freaking
as they say,
mistake.
ironed out here for the finals weekend to come. Curve's still popping off right now. He's going to take down Zen, shutting down things for them. Ritual still has a chance here with Cold, though. They got high ground. They got plenty to work with. Saw Cold pick up those materials, so This is still big. We've been here before. Cold is going to be the one that's going to have to go down with that misform to go in and pick up those maps the same way different.
It's only top 10.
Aaron, Fredbot, and Clipper, though. This is a great game for them. You know, they were kind of counted out after falling a little early in one of these rounds earlier, but
They just better win.
getting online right now. Big placement points, plenty of elimination as well, and Sid just clutching up for Sinetto and Cam right now. First it was as a 2, now as a solo. Called out though by Reed, Curly, and Cooper here.
Yeah, another top 9 game for them.
Victory.
Hopefully that might be good enough to push themselves at least over the 200-point mark. But Curly, Reed, Cooper, 123 points, 7 eliminations.
This is exactly where I died in one of my tournament games. Oh my gosh, what are the odds?
You said it yourself. Cold is going to be the one that goes on the hunt.
But don't always waste my lives.
For them to try to hold on to their position, as Ritual not only finds 1 elimination, but he gets a second one onto User. Even with Cold getting aggressive, this might be a chance to send him to try to pick up the scraps that are going to be left behind.
That's the one team he's got to look out for. It's actually
Cold.
really healthy and
No
dangerous.
selling.
Ready to fight here. Ritual comes down to back up Cold. This is super interesting. I mean, they're truly trying to fight their way to a victory right now. But it's going to come down to taking down Cold for Cooper's trio here.
Paradise.
Fred, Aaron, and Clipper haven't quite made the move yet. They're probably just waiting for that top 3 placement points to kind of come through here. The refresh, the reset, they're healthy. They're kind of ready to go now. Oh, here it is.
Shoot.
Other teams misformed to the high ground.
What, Ritual, why did you go in zone? Why are you playing heel off?
Back, putting on a little bit of resistance there, but Ritual immediately folded over. He didn't want to do that.
But he's going for scraps right now. Cold is going crazy, just trying to land some haymaker shots, letting Ritual stagger himself to the backside of the zone. But the heel off started way too early. None left in the back pocket. Forced down low to the low ground. Cold finally goes down. That one's going to be cleaned up. But Ritual still trying to hold strong. The only solo left alive in this game in a world full of trios. Up, down, left, right. He has to make a decision. He fakes out towards the high ground, goes down low towards the bottom. 50 HP or less, and now he's getting forced outside of zone until the inevitability happens.
Ritual died.
Elimination gets cleaned up, but
Dang it.
Cooper, Curly, they realize there's
Ritual's
only 2
team
teams left.
died. That's Peter Rock.
That's a huge sign of weakness as they're trying to start to heal off early. Curly realizes it's now or never. He dives to the backside of zone.
Cooper qualified.
Needed because Reed, Cooper, and Curly, they clutch up when it matters in game 3 to put their ticket on that battle bus.
Very, very nicely done.
No, that's not. No, they're not on his team. I forgot. Who's the last person is.
That game 1, game 2 was great. Game 3 now sealing the victory royale. You know what? I want to get
This is Peterbot's last match. If he didn't shoot that time, they would have won. Alright, I got no one watching now.
If he could steal away a win in the end, but just didn't go his way. Take a look at things one more time. Cooper catches Sid into the cone from that perspective. That looked pretty ridiculous, but here's how it all went down, man. Cooper played some excellent Fortnite. Talk about big tags there, and then to pick up that last victory royale. Well played for him. Match number 3 goes to Reed, Cooper, and Curly there. Zeke, what a game.
Woo! What a game indeed.
You know.
Let's go, Reed. Woo! Oh, sorry, Zeke. Sorry, I got all excited. You know, it was just I was in the moment there. But yeah, congratulations, Cooper, Reed, and Curly.
Wow, a Zekeism from Kelly Lee. You love to see it. Man, I cannot believe it. Reed, Cooper, and Curly got themselves the victory royale, and it's just like, it's just poetic, right? Just think about not that long ago, we kind of talked about them on that ultimate low.
Where can I equip it? I just realized. Forgot.
You kind of do the 180 and go like, hey, we've got materials, we've got a load.
Ready, Ben? Finally.
And Kelly,
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, we could see kind of them like, you know, getting used to the waters a little bit in game 1 and then stepped it up. And then game 3, it's when it all comes together. Reed, Cooper, and Curly just played the low ground just so well. And then when the opportunity arose to take high, they did that. And then once again, Vivid, they just played it so cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, really good for them, right? Obviously, you know, after game number 1, in today with those 7 wins from the play-ins, they just look like a team that was going to go ahead and get the win. And I mean, look at this incredible stuff. Cooper's got 114 builds in 11th zone. Like this was
I'm just live streaming FTS right now.
Sure. I mean, obviously we know there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing.
To after the break, but
FTS going on right now.
And Cooper taking full advantage of all the things.
Oh, so I can have leftovers today?
To get the win.
Okay, cool.
Things I love to see. Great in grand finals, baby. Next weekend is gonna be a dream. Now, of course,
what is it?
games left to go.
So FTS is going on.
Lock in. But first, a quick break. When we return,
Is he? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Himself
I'm live streaming it. You want to watch it? I've been live streaming for over 3 hours.
Let's take a closer look at exactly how the pros are making the most of the mobility items this season. There are 3 main ways to get around the map, plus 1 bonus method that only a single player can use. Firstly, we have the Surf Cube. This item allows you to surf on a board made of cubes and even boost to go higher up and fly across the map. This item comes with 150 charges, and each surfing session allows you to use 50 of those before needing a 5-second cooldown. While this is a good option for early game or even as a last resort, high-level competitive players tend to choose other options since you're still exposed to getting shot at while using this item.
Oh, I know. For like complete FTS, when it's completely done, it's August 3rd.
A favorite amongst competitive players at all levels this season is the Mist Form. It's found all over the map and transforms you into a flock of ravens. Each flight only lasts 4 seconds and has a 20-second cooldown, but the speed and distance you can cover in that window make it one of the best rotation tools in the game. What really sets it apart is that while you're flying, you can't take any damage, not from other players or even the storm, which is why in a heal-off situation we always see top pro players using the Mist Form to avoid taking any storm damage while they look around for heals. It's also perfect for making sneaky high ground retakes in the late game. On top of that, many pro players are actually using this item defensively too. This item not just about mobility, but key to survival at times. The final main mobility item that players on my
season are the fucking mother. I just took this kid's wall and entering the circle. They were pink fucking spammer, fucking veiny addict.
Oh, watch it.
So your whole trio can load up with mobility at once.
So you're not gonna play Wait We Live with me tonight?
I will. Just want this one more game. So like I'll play with you like.
When it comes to box fighting, some of the elite players are using these
6:30 because that's when FTS is done.
When they have the upper hand in a fight.
I'm
live streaming.
Well, these dashes can really be one of the
Wait, aren't you subscribed to me or no?
Any team's
I think I am.
Finally,
wait, what's your channel?
At the beginning of the
Pace
video
Phaser?
that there's a mobility item
yeah,
that only one player can use, and it's called Shrouded Strike.
How many viewers you got?
Which can be obtained by eliminating core
Viewers you got
on
watching
the
live stream?
My highest today has been 3.
Jump further, faster,
Ooh,
and higher.
that's actually pretty good. I get 0, so.
And 4 damage immunity.
I need to start live streaming. I live stream on Twitch though. That's good.
I live stream on both Twitch and YouTube.
I probably need to. I need 50 subscribers first.
Sometimes top players even combine this medallion with the dashes to get full damage immunity.
I have like 2,000 on my other, but I never. I like lost that phone and I forgot the email and everything.
Rotation strategies today in the Group 3 games. See you on the battle bus.
What?
Okay, so Peterbot had a
You're gonna see this if I just came young out of the air.
It was a real like no one makes me
Did this kid actually just take that?
Yeah, Jacob actually made me laugh really hard when he said no one stops Peterbot but Peterbot. You know, in the heat of the moment, things happen, you know. It's actually really funny. He went into Ozzy's chat and he just typed like, "I'm crazy." It's God, seeing that again. Yeah, look, it's fine. Everything is totally fine, right? Like, well, I'm not even kind of concerned.
Well, that's cool. Was it good?
They're
Did y'all like
second place
like,
right now.
whatever?
The other two clutch up a third with 11 limbs. I'm not worried.
It's
just funny. It's just entertaining.
Well, I'm actually messing up in front of everybody at a live stream.
It's fine, Kelly. It's fine.
Not
I
live
mean, that's
stream.
what
Why
we're
am I saying live stream?
right?
I was just
To be
talking about live
entertained.
stream.
This isn't grand finals.
Well,
This doesn't need to be super
messing up at like a
sweaty
concert
time.
for like
but
thousands of
honestly,
people.
Peterbot Ritual called overall, they've
Man,
been
that'd be
playing
crazy. You just,
incredibly
like,
well,
forget the
regardless of what
lyrics,
their
and
play
it's
style's
like-
like in the end game. They've been able
That-
to
I'd
play
be so
Rift Island
embarrassed, bro.
every single
I'd
be
game
embarrassed.
now, and I can imagine
If you
that
like
in games
forgot
4
the
and 5
lyrics
might
during
be
like playing
more
like
of
a
the same.
concert,
But
for
honestly,
like
what's a
thousands
bit
of people.
surprising to me, Vivid, is to see Sinetto, Cam, and
Okay,
Ose,
number
Yeah,
one
that's-
place is
a
Cooper's
that is
team,
regarded
Curly.
a little
They
bit
got
lesser than Virtual Cold and
1,102.
Peterbot, above
Top
them
10
in
that
the
are
league.
qualifying. Okay, Peterbot's qualified. He's qualified.
Super,
Look,
Oh, Peterbot
well right now,
qualified?
making it to
Yeah,
every single one of
Peterbot
these
qualified. He's
endings,
just
making
fifth
sure
though.
that they find
Curly
themselves
is
kind of in
number
the
one.
mix, and
Cooper,
obviously, listen, they're
Reed,
playing
and Curly are
super
number
well.
one
Somebody,
right
you
now.
know, we saw them playing, you know,
Oh,
I'm
high
just
ground,
gonna
on the
say
low
that.
ground. They're showing us that they can play
Okay, that's cool.
multiple different ways.
Yeah, I was talking about
throughout
Fortnite,
some
my
of
bad.
these games
FNCS
right now, which
on
is
there.
just super impressive.
But that's actually good on
I
me.
also like 7th place, right? Fredbot, Aaron, and Caliper. We saw them
I'm
in that
literally
end
2
game.
HP.
Second
Come on.
place,
I'm 5
11
HP. No, no,
elims.
no, no.
The game before a 6th place.
Bro,
with 6
you're actually so
elims, and then their
annoying,
first game
bro.
was
Okay.
kinda like middling, right? Like an 18 with 4, which isn't
Okay.
crazy. But again, if
Oh,
we're targeting
I'm so
consistency,
mad,
right?
bro. My
We wanna
teammates
make
are
sure
just
if we
camping.
can't get a victory,
But yeah,
we can
FNCS is
be
going
in
on
that
right now. That's
top
what we're talking
5 or top 10, if you want to think about it like that.
Yeah, my teammates
So I think
suck,
this is a
bro.
really great place to be, especially with
Yeah,
only 2
okay.
games left to go.
Who you talking
I mean,
to?
if you're looking at their loadouts
Not
too,
really.
they're preparing for this in games as well. I think that they might be
She just got
aware
back from
that
the
aggression
concert,
might
so-
not be the name of the game. Even though they do have 2 eliminations, they had something like 17 minis, and as well as a few other heals as well. So they're definitely preparing themselves for whatever ending you can get. And although they played that low ground so well, if you have Reed, Cooper, you know, there's just not much you can do in that 3v3.
Yeah, I'm happy that Kelly kind of mentioned that. Yeah, you know, there's Reed and Cooper on the other side of things, because it looked like Fredbot and Co
Oh,
were kind of
3%
chilling in the zone, right? They had a men miss bomb kind of going off, and I was like, uh-oh, are Reed and Cooper gonna kind of be able to handle this heal off right there? And then like I blinked, and then like that whole trio disappeared. And I was like, oh, okay. So even though they're healing off in the zone and they got meds, Cooper and Reed just took the fight to them and cleaned them up real quick. So that was unfortunate for Fredbot's team, but still 2nd place. They're sitting very, very pretty on the leaderboard.
Oh yeah, man. We only have
That's
2
cool.
games left to go.
Yeah,
Guys,
that's
this
actually
could be
smart
it
to
for
just
some
point
trios,
them
right?
out.
If we don't make it to next week's Grands, we gotta fight
It's
to the
still
LCQ.
unreal.
That's not the situation we want to be in.
But,
With 2 games
yeah.
left to go, what do you guys
I
maybe
didn't
hoping
think
to see?
about
Or
that.
maybe even just advice
Alright,
for
so
the trios out there
who's
that
first place right
the 2
now
games,
is
they either
Cooper's
have to
team,
get a
second place
VR,
is
or they
Veer's
might
team,
have to have
third
2
place
of the
is
greatest games of their career
JoJo's
right
team,
now.
fourth place is Cam's team,
Yeah, I mean,
fifth place is
that's the cool
Peterbot,
thing about these
sixth
group
is
stages is that you can have a
Cooper,
team that's in,
yeah,
25th or even
7th
lower
is
place, and if they
Fredbot,
just win a
8
game,
is
they're gonna be able to make
Peace,
their way into the grand
9 is
finals.
Chris,
And
10
a team that I
is
think we're going to be seeing
HQ,
go into
as
the grand
in
finals is
Feeks.
definitely a curved
That's a
trio right
weird,
here.
like,
It's
league,
currently
bro.
sitting in 6th
I did
place,
not
which is
expect the
3rd place overall in the consistency leaderboard. Again, one
But
of
on
our
serious
low
note,
ground
if
kings
you
right
watch,
now,
if you
Vivid. For me,
watch my
Kurt,
live stream back a
Tyler,
little
and
bit, and
Josh,
some
they've just,
there's
you
a
know,
clip
been
where
playing,
Peterbot was
really
dominating.
consistently,
He
but maybe not
won me 5.
necessarily the blowout game that you're
Dang,
looking
wait,
for a win.
what? 1v5?
Yeah, you don't
That
necessarily
sounds
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
not
be
sure.
a game, right? 5
Yeah,
games
I'm-
playing pretty well, just like they're
Okay.
playing right now.
Oh,
would
yeah.
definitely be enough.
Did y'all have
But,
fun?
you know what, Kelly?
But I
Talking
don't know
about
if you
consistency. One thing that
want
we've seen consistent throughout this competition so
Or
far is
wait,
Peterbot
talk-
getting
just say
both
the
the
sentence.
mythics, both the medallions, and then when we went
Hi,
down
Al,
right
just say
there
a
in the
sentence.
storm,
Ga,
Thor
ga,
had an
ga, ga.
opportunity to go ahead and mess around with the medallions.
He does not sound like
himself,
AI.
So I'm maybe a little bit
He's
worried for
AI.
Peterbot, because Corn would be like, "Hey, listen, that was fun.
But yeah,
That end game.
okay.
Can I try
Hi,
out this
I am
game?"
AI. I am the person that tells
Ooh.
you what to do.
100%
And now,
You know what,
I'm the
everybody,
person
Rift
that will
Island,
help you
everybody in the
with your
lobby, let's
studies.
just go.
Your mom
Let's
asked
not
me
do
to
that.
help you.
With that being said, 2
What would you like
games
to help
left
me
to go
with?
before we say goodbye. So, casters, back to you.
We're
If I do
really
not get
coming
a
to the
response,
close
I
of
will
the day,
automatically
Monster.
shut
With
down.
only the 2 games left that we were talking
5,
about, one thing we
4,
didn't mention is if any
3,
of those teams in the
2,
top of the
1,
leaderboard get a win, it
2.
kind of alleviates the pressure at the bottom side of the leaderboard. And as of now, there's only a 17
What do you mean?
point
What, that
difference
sounded
between
like
inside
AI?
of that bubble and outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know, it's really not.
said
too
that I
many
sound like
points to
AI?
be on that top 10 page.
My friend.
So we'll see what has
He
game
sounds like
4 in store
AI.
for us.
Your friend. Okay,
Bro,
time
I
for
did
game
not
4.
memorize, like, songs.
Hey, group
like,
4,
every
game 4.
single thing.
And here we have it.
To be
Game
honest,
4's
if I was
kicking off,
watching,
thinking
if I was
about
like,
those
if that, but if I'm
overall
at a Travis
points,
Scott concert, well,
who's to
heck yeah, on
say
it at
someone
least.
can't pull a big
Like, all
easy
these.
or, you know,
The only concert that I've ever been to, I fell asleep before he got on, so I've like never been back to a concert. It was Whiskey. I don't really know how I fell asleep. I had like a test that day, and I was freaking tired, man. Hey, Johnny, you remember Johnny? He was there.
It's gonna make for a
He's
pretty
in
tough
center now.
Yeah, I
Okay,
thinking about
but
it,
yeah,
obviously, you
that's
think about
cool.
the win, kind of 1,000
Okay.
points in any other competition in 65, but even a second place.
Bro, why
to
do I
even
lean
get you
tilted?
the 80 points that you were talking about.
Oh.
I know it's a rough road
Okay.
getting there, But with a lot of change-ups happening, uncontested Utopia this time around.
Actually, I'll play with you at like 7.
Oh, why?
Because
on
the map.
this is there's 2 games. Wait, there's 2 games.
So it only can imagine here flooded frogs.
Okay, well, that's cool. Peace out.
I can still talk,
Surprised though that Utopia,
but you don't have to. I'm live right now. That's why.
teams will just stick
Fuck.
that
Yeah.
Okay,
They can
you-
hear
as a
me
little
and
bit
you.
forgiving, given that someone can make a different call, but a lot of times ego gets
Yeah.
in the way
Okay,
of
I'll leave the PlayStation call. Oh, okay. I mean, if you wanted to. Okay.
the city so
Yeah,
far.
I was talking to my friend. I said peace out to
drop.
my friend because I like ended the month
Make
with Polo.
all in God's hands though. Back to the shiny shafts. This is what I talk about ego, right?
So I'm stacked right now.
Blocking the bigger
Green Hammer, Purple Ranger,
Yeah,
and
Apple's doing. Apple's
Red Eye.
doing. Apple's team is actually doing a bit bad right now.
Not necessarily going straight in. They're just trying to loot up. If they find him, they find him. If they don't,
wonder
they
who's
don't.
gonna win.
Apple's there on the side.
You don't know who Apple is?
Try to go for a quick spray.
No, I do. I was just wondering who's gonna win.
Converging on their location. He's trying
Right
to
now, I
back up,
hope
but
Peterbot. They really need to
Wait,
win.
who's Peterbot's trio again?
He brought Ritual and Cold.
It's just not enough.
Ooh.
They're trying to win a second
Cold.
As he gets at least
What?
one knockback, but
I thought he dropped
clean
Cold.
up the elimination.
Nope.
They go down.
Cole got dropped by
Maximum
somebody.
pain being issued there. Nice little pickup for them. Quick finish to the shiny fight as well. Back on over to Cam, Osid, and Soneto. Talk about a clutch, man. Losing their teammate so early in the game, running it up as a duo, but
I think it was like 11.
really
No, I was like
distance at the end there.
I was
Just
either
to keep
10 or
them
9.
Super relevant and at the top.
But yeah,
of the consistency
I didn't know.
page,
I don't
so
remember who.
This is
Couldn't ask
excellent
my
Fortnite
parents,
for them. Very
because they were-
deserving of their finals.
It was like as soon as, like, not even 10 minutes.
But just gotta
Everything
close
had
out
already
strong
passed.
now.
I don't remember who the opener. It was a bad bit. I mean, they weren't horrible.
Stupid and Civ
They
to
were
kind
my-
of contest
I don't know,
resistance
like-
space. It's a great drop, but honestly, I would say go for it.
I'm trying to remember
It's a
who the
team
opener.
that's already proved that they have the hot hand. They have
I think it's like a big
points, so
band.
they almost have nothing to lose here.
I want
in
to
this
say,
situation,
what's that
even if
band
they're able to
called?
pick up 2
It's like the
eliminations and then go
like
down
the
shortly
3 girls.
after.
I mean, the
Cinedo
3
just going
boys.
on alert,
And
feeling brave. Full
Something-
duo is gonna be
I don't
right
know.
above
It was
them.
like a big
That
band.
shot, that's his position going
It wasn't
down,
just one
quickly
person.
tries to
Dang, wait,
disengage.
wait,
The whole
we
team
paused
trying
real
to
quick.
chase him down, realizing this
Dang,
might be
this
the
is
only
actually
chance to
insane fight
catch
right
him
here.
off guard.
oh, what's happening? What's happening?
Someone else
Off spawn, Stupid and Cam are fighting.
That surprise factor.
Dang, I want to see wins.
Bubba doesn't even want to shoot. Not just yet.
Dang it.
And he comes. One.
Options to pick from here.
Oh, getting fired back.
There it is.
Back shots.
Behind, it's gonna be onto Civ.
Back shots.
Cam gets
Yo, what am I
bailed
hearing?
out for
Bro,
a
why do my
moment
pings
there,
go a skyrocket to
and
1,000?
gonna be
Yeah,
pretty okay.
Severe is getting back shots
Here's
from
a
the
purple.
Severe is getting back shots from the Boo Boo.
It's unfortunate 'cause now
Actually,
they were trying
that's
to
insane.
dose its team, but
La
I
Booba,
was
La
like-
Booba, La
Yeah,
Booba,
yeah.
sorry,
between
La
two
Booba.
different ones, you see they have no
La
choice
Boo
but
Boo.
to try to go right back into resistance
La
phase, try to farm
Boo
up.
Oh, La
Not
Bubba,
necessarily
La
be the
Bu-
team
La
that's
Bubba.
poking out over the top, and you see Sebi
Mind you, does not know these Fortnite
Booba's
creators' names.
inside as well.
I actually don't
Everybody
think he
here
creates
lurking
content.
around, but Sebi just got spotted out. Metro's there. That's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
lot of
fault.
information, even if it's only one player being
Well, this
spotted
kid
out.
Mark's name is like 500 meters in this.
big
Oh,
tagging
wait,
on
I-
Sebi.
That police got
Great
it.
shots though. Onto Bubba there on the other
Dang,
side of the wall. Great job though.
the
Finds
Bubba
himself a
is
little
getting
elimination here,
just
but not
knocked
pulled
off
through. Civ
on.
throws his teammate off to the side though. He's gonna slow down now.
It's a purple deagle, not a me. I'm done.
Still debating
Ready?
on returning back.
Well,
to
yeah,
Zach
that's
Johnson,
cool.
and fast is gonna be really bad for
I really like concerts.
remaining of
I'm
the
probably gonna
team
see
here.
FNCS Grand Finals instead of concert.
I'm surprised they didn't
That's
actually
not a
finish the
concert,
fight
but
there.
that
I
yeah,
know, but, like,
that's
I'll-
way better than a
Definitely a
concert.
little bit of a
Yeah.
slow play by
But
them.
FNCS
Probably
Grand Finals,
gonna
like
regret
just
it.
watching it at land would be.
That
Dang.
is just something that you should never forget at all. FNCS land, that's just something.
Trying to just take that top down.
I'm waiting for Clicks, Peterbot, and Booga to trade, which will probably never happen, but that's what I want to watch.
Who?
Just Clicks, Booga, and Peterbot to trio. Then I'm gonna go to lane.
Ooh,
that- That's never gonna happen.
No, Booga is nothing compared to them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
This is you one World Cup.
Yeah.
They think he's so good. He's fun.
He's kind of bunched
Yeah,
now,
Leopard
although
just
he's a
stopped,
bit
got
better
some
than
minis,
us.
Picked up some materials. Said,
Yeah.
all right, we're headed back now.
He
Let's go ahead and
smokes him.
do what
It's
we
not
gotta
like he's
do
bad.
here.
Don't
Secure
get
No,
me
he's not
wrong.
bad
He's
at all.
good. He's good. He's
Like-
good.
Big elimination
But
points here.
still, they just
Civ
overhyped
gave away
him.
his drop right
Yeah.
there. That little The climbing action there, I think, gave the sound effects away.
Double editing sound. Kaboom FB. That has to be a YouTuber. Stop raging. Got headshots. Nice. Oh, how do we have 0 kills? No, wait, what? Bro, there's 20 kids left and we have 0 kills.
In their favor now.
How's that even possible?
Finds the player with
He means to sell it.
right? So
I just know the kid on mid.
major advantage for them now. As if having a man up wasn't enough.
What?
On there too.
No?
That's 2 straight knocks.
Peter Bot didn't die.
The minimap dispersing in different directions.
No, it's not. Peter Bot.
To get the
Where?
back, and that means staying
See?
alive. And
Ritual's right there. And Cold is right there, too.
Is already down and out. Edgy was able to clean up that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Peter Bot shouted out. No. Ritual, run. Run, Ritual.
Use the misform, trying to reposition down below. Edgy's quick on the chase, and they have the Superman sprite. They're going to
Ritual.
builds, not giving Ritual any time to heal in this situation. His chances
He's not giving up on like that.
Making sure to keep constant pressure, not even give him a single second to pop the mini. And as soon as he pops the med with smoke, he can't even utilize it.
Edgy hunting right
Oh.
now. Ritual.
Yeah, they need to give Edgy
and
and Chance back
shots.
shots so that they can
Go
just
ahead
shoot
and
him.
reset here is the question. Dashes are going to come out. But it doesn't look very
Men?
good.
Yeah, what's up?
Moments away
Oh,
now from
okay, I just make sure I thought you
disaster.
went
No
okay.
time to heal either.
Yeah, Ritual's
Shots
doing
after
good.
he doesn't even land the one that he needs.
Ritual needs to.
His
Oh.
first missed. It is interesting.
Yeah,
The
they're
way
not
Ritual
leaving
is
Ritual alone.
basically
They're
some of the
not
triple
leaving
dashes, right?
Ritual
It kind
alone.
of
He's not dead yet.
moves faster, traverses more
Yep.
distance in a short amount of time. And
Yep.
this is it. So
Yep, Ritual's about to die.
talk about
Oh, Ritual got some damage actually.
want to earn it, but
Ritual
time
died.
and again, and respect
That's
to Chance
it.
Trio for making it happen.
Yeah, and they really, and when I say really,
This could be the fall of Peter Bot.
Underline, bold letters, they really have to make this game count.
What do you mean
'Cause how
good?
many times are
You don't like
the
him?
opportunity when you're clashing with one of the best, you're getting hunted around
Why?
the map, and you're able to take him out. Peter Bot did not see.
This is the one that has his name in it. Oh, they were hiding in a bush so they killed him. This is the one that has his name.
Wait, what? No, this kid just stole my heel. Oh, my mom, this kid just stole my heel. Why am I not supposed to see?
I love that because, like, even if you can, you know, generally predict the direction a team's in, when you know.
No, god damn it, bro!
You just read it out.
Third
That's
place.
just like, you know, the hunter gets hunted, so you gotta respect it.
Oh my god! Yeah?
This is a tough situation to be in, though.
You idiot, bro. Such
You
maniacs.
heard that, Ben? You heard that?
Not
That's
only are they a team that have shown up,
No, don't do it again. Don't do it again. No.
I'll give you.
Edgy losing his shield here.
My brother said if you do it and scream like that again, well, I know. My brother said if you scream like that again or louder, he'll give you $50. Wait, here.
The lion's share.
Oh, what's it? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, parents are asleep.
Wait, we do it.
That way, if they do break through the first,
I hear footsteps. I hear footsteps.
Another one they can back up into. Up until a point
If you
right now,
die or
Josh
get hit
Cohen
one
Tiger, I'm not
every
gonna say
time
they
you
got
need to scream like
more
that,
by any
okay?
means, but now that the dust is
Every time you
settled,
get
the
hit
zone
or
continues
die
to move
once,
towards the north.
you just need to
There's
scream
on
like
the
that.
rotations.
This was nice. You get into a little scrap, get a couple damage hits off, and let things simmer, play for the new zone, pick things up later. Sid, Sinetto, and Cam, though, continuing to keep the action going for themselves. They just don't stop. There it is.
But my water's out of my house.
Away from surely being fully solidified to finals. Sinetto, Cam, and Sid really showing us that they are
I know it's not that funny.
team here in the Group 3 setting.
Just thinking about it, it's just funny. I thought he had a dash.
Ran out of dashes right there, Sinetto. Just kind of gets cut just there for a moment, but his
The
teammates...
dashes are so underrated.
What? What is underrated?
The dashes.
It's overrated. What do you mean?
It's underrated, bro.
No, everyone. No, in FNCS, literally every single player has it right now.
I know we haven't seen them
It's so
on every
underrated.
single game.
Here,
so
do it.
far,
Here,
but
scream
this
him.
is
Scream
nothing
again.
new. They've been contested not just by one, but multiple
You gotta
teams in
pee.
and around that POI.
Okay, just rest your god. What, do you want to hear him do that? No. Not yet. No.
Nice little pushback here. Good defensive measures. Plasmafy has to get back that mid miss though. And cap off here. Since Sinetto can have the pressure of the zone too, so it's going to be important to kind of reset
either
right
Cooper's
now.
team
See what they can make
to
happen.
win
There goes
or
the dashes
Peterbot's.
for the team.
Peterbot qualified right now is the thing.
Plasmafy's trio earns the
Oh,
respect.
Sinetto is higher than
like,
Peterbot's
alright,
team.
pushing our luck here, maybe.
Dang. Oh yeah, obviously
Go
he
ahead
got the
and
pickaxe.
ease out, play for some material right now, and also, I was gonna say maybe they hit that A rank, but not quite.
So just got a little bit more to go. That B rank's
More
gonna be
edge
enough to
winners.
open up a couple more of these chests on the outskirts of the north side of the resistance base, and the zone's kind of pulling all the way over here as well. So you got to imagine the team that was brave enough to try their luck at the Flooded Frogs with Reed Cooper Curley qualifying for the grand finals, opening up that as a drop spot, and whoever did Monster, they got that luck of the pull, the zone going in their favor. Sinetto, Osid, Cam, they had enough of the contested fights all on the north side of the map. They're just trying to take a slower approach to this mid-game portion. With how much damage they've had, they got to think that they're pretty high up on that Storm Surge leaderboard.
Super important to be there, especially as we start getting into these last games here. Phenom Yusuf. King Peace just trying to hold form here.
Trying to think all of the natural mobility that spawns around here. Sometimes there's a bunker with a rift that you can grab. There's a launch pad just a little bit in front of them towards Foxy, so they don't have to utilize all their dashes or some of those misforms, but it does come with its own brisk flying through the sky. Any teams that are going to be nearby, Plasmafy, Arsenic, and Bluish, rotating just underneath
this
that
for 2
island.
hours.
Even though you don't see any teams currently up there, you got to imagine the scraps that could be left behind. Seeing as Arsenic does have bandages in his loadout, you might want to switch those out for a med miss smoke, a med kit, or particularly a chug jug if you can find one.
Yeah, definitely a lot to be desired here. I believe that it's going to leave the lasers behind in favor for the big shield.
Mythic grappler! This guy's a mythic grappler! This kid is...
Look at this Civs team coming right in from the zone.
This guy's a mythic grappler.
I dare you to scream one more time.
Spot him going into the bush there, and that might
Well,
just
my
be
voice really
for
hurts, bro,
Civs.
and I have a headache. I'm not gonna do it.
Now we got a little update.
You're not gonna do it. Oh.
Going back and forth here with Fred
My voice
Bot.
really hurts.
What about
And
for
all
50?
those-
What about for $50?
Bro, y'all not giving me cash. Like, let's
Here,
be
a
honest
gift, a
here,
gift.
A gift? Well, you swear. You swear. Put it on your mama.
153 points. This is kind of something that we.
But I don't like
yesterday.
liars.
Interested to see how the rest of this game plays out for them.
Okay.
But
Thank
they
you for
just
being
need
honest.
a top
I will
10,
still
a
scream
top
it just
8.
because you're honest.
They'll be within that point range for the top 5. Inconsistency, especially with one more game left after this. But how do you handle the pressure? We saw some teams throughout, not just yesterday, but Group 1 as well, kind of switch up their strategy, play a little
You
bit
heard
slower
that?
than what got them to that point. And that's why I want to see Fredbot, Aaron, Caliper kind of close out the game strong.
Oh, now my
Continue
head's
to
like
build that
actually
confidence,
killing me.
especially if you get in that point range threshold where you almost have nothing to lose.
Trades happening here as we start approaching the
My
mid
brother
game.
said you sound like that
Just
the
outside
the
that
girl
super
from that
river
one
cat
movie,
who smells
Lemon Shills
visual assault,
Escape
iron
Lemon Shills.
Trying to fish for tags right now. No success just yet. Zest
Did you hear me?
doing a good job.
Did you hear me?
Profile. This is actually multiple
Yeah.
trios there, kind of in
My brother said that you sound like that one girl from Escape Lemon Shills Library.
Just moving through the brutal boxcars. Other teams starting to move in as well. As the zone's kind of favoring this southern area just a bit right now.
Oh no, why would just make me laugh?
Took down Peterbot and the entire trio to kind of make something of this game. You don't even have to
That's right.
necessarily win it, but you got to put yourself in contention where you're not forcing yourself in a game 5, winning your end the only way to make the Major Degree Grand Finals through this group stage. Because you don't want to have to play through that LCQ.
It was not that fun.
Teams of winning your end. There's no
Bro, my head is
leaderboard
killing
to
me.
play
Holy
to.
cow. Like,
And
I
that
actually
last
might.
chance
I might pass
qualifier,
out
so
there.
you want to make sure to close out every opportunity here.
I'm not even
Zabi
kidding.
and Fish,
I mean,
them
it's
two have
really
gone through
funny.
a world of trouble up until this point. A few more speed bumps.
It's not
in the
that
road to
funny.
this point in the
No,
game, and
he didn't
talk
say
about the
anything
experience,
to me.
12
I
different
just keep
finals appearances through the
going.
different tournaments
I
this
just keep
season. And
laughing.
So far, they just haven't been able to execute on what they've learned.
Good execution right here from Ruby's trio.
He's not
Dead
that
center right
funny,
now,
yet.
big tower, plenty
He's
of
really
options
not.
to
It
choose
is, it
from.
really is. I'm serious.
There's water on my forehead. How did water get on my forehead?
The surge
That
kind of
cannot be okay.
activates here, 786. Yep, very telling of a team
God.
that's got a position like this currently set up.
Just keep thinking about it. She's making me laugh. Wait. No, he said that he feels like. No, he said he feels like he's gonna pass out. He does. He can do it again if he wants to, just make us laugh. But he said he doesn't want to. I know. But I don't do it. You don't have to do it.
Sometimes all you need is that one chance overall, especially if another
Bro, I
team
can't even hear it.
qualifies here in this game,
I'm about to
alleviating the pressure at the bottom side of that consistency leaderboard.
Yeah, game one showed this, right? Like anything can happen in the end game. Teams can
I
definitely
mean, I just got
squeeze out
shot.
victory royales.
Fucking underwear.
Against all odds, it's not gonna be easy. Watch this.
God,
This is a
that's
surge
funny.
battle if I've ever seen one. As trios just
He didn't say anything. No, I just laughing at the same thing. He's not saying anything.
At least one thing's for certain, no other third parties are going to be joining here, so they'll just have time to get
We need
into
double
some
team.
fights here.
You like boys.
Unfortunate for Batman Banks' team there to actually lose his duo when they just did enough to kind of alleviate themselves from the pressure.
Hey,
And then
for
they
blue.
fall into the threshold as well, so it wasn't like they really had to
What
rush
is-
to it,
Hey,
right?
give
But we're at
it.
that point in the tournament where things are just moving a lot quicker.
No, 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 no.
Give it.
Perfect time to rotate over them. So Jace kind of make that rotation early on.
Give it.
Started off this fight and basically pulled apart two
Give it.
different
Look.
trios throughout
No.
this whole
Yeah.
situation.
No, you're supposed to.
Without getting
No.
I think they kind of made the perfect play there, and with the zone moving
Oh,
away,
Let's go, baby.
I know
You won?
they probably want to play this one out as a duo monster.
What?
It's brutal.
You
box
won?
cars,
I wasn't
it's not
supposed to.
too far.
Oh.
but
I literally just- I didn't die, that's why I was so happy.
To try to go north.
They're thinking that. I mean, the markers were out on the map, so we'll see. End up making a play right now.
Oh, are you? Oh, you okay? Like Ash. You
What do you
don't
mean?
sound it.
Zone full right now.
What do you mean?
All the way just on the outskirts.
What do you mean? Do I
You don't.
sound like
Like
that?
you're just laughing non-stop, bro.
Because it was that funny.
That was Bobby focused. Look at
No, bro. What the fuck are my teammates?
Southeast west.
Fucking pausing.
Even though like Gary has the DMR, he's not going to do a ton of damage in that spray. As long as you start the lobby spray, even if you don't get the elimination, that's one less player, that's one less team in your path
He laughed.
across that finish line.
yelled
Down low,
again.
edgy, chance.
He yelled
The
again.
full trio just not taking too many
You
risks. They kind of already did that while taking down Peterbot earlier in this game, so they're just trying to fly under the radar, move and go after eliminations
Yeah.
when you have to. It's Cowper, Fred, Aaron. They're just going to stagger themselves back
No,
just a
get
little
away.
bit to tick in the zone for now, but they're definitely going to be on
He's
the
saying
clock.
for
They
you to
wanna get
scream.
caught
I'm telling
in
you
that
not
vibe,
to,
so
because
don't
I don't
just
want you to
some
hurt your
massive
voice.
pull across the
He
map.
said he
They
can't.
have that med miss
It
smoke
feels
that I
like
do
he's
think
better
they're gonna
pass
try to
out.
utilize here right before they
It
try
would
to
be
miss their
really
way
funny
out.
though if he does scream again.
I'm thinking. Trying to figure out the
I
game
will
plan
laugh
right
so
now. I know
hard.
they
I'm
want to
gonna
bend this,
like
but
pass out
this
if
team
he
in
yells
front of them, they're
again.
pretty much putting a big target on their back right now. But they are in the storm here.
None of these are my build. I'm done.
I dare you to yell like crash out.
Yeah, that green
Or
cloud, the
no,
med
I
miss
should not
smoke.
be.
It's also
My
a
dad
huge
used to
sign
buy
of
it.
weakness.
I thought they
Even
were
if you have
asleep.
shields, you might think they're low HP.
Like I kind of like lied.
Edge
They
of
were
zone,
not even home.
You gotta get forced back further and further.
Oh.
Soneto, Cam, Osid continue
Yeah.
on this freight train of a
No, I
journey
would
that
never
they've
say
had
like
on
that
the
if I
day.
could.
1,500 above?
points. Top of the leaderboard in terms of consistency. Always finding these opportunities as Happy gets tagged up not once but twice to not come to fruition, and he fires off yet
Dang, this
again,
team
picking
is
up both of those
Soneto's team is
eliminations.
dominating.
And that's going to bring their total here to 9, almost reaching that double-digit mark. There's still more than half of the team still left in the lobby.
And you know what? Some upgrades there as well. Look, Dash has come out of that. Saw a little med miss there for a moment, so pretty big pickup.
My teammates got 4 kills, I have 1 kill.
Keep in mind that's natural elevation as well, so they're working their way top down right now. They're not going to have any problems to kind of situate up for a potential high ground now with that refresh there. So
If you scream,
could
holy
be
shit.
all zero. I mean, they definitely have enough points now. They are going to finals.
That was my
They want to
favorite.
win the game now and give others a chance. It's pretty much up for grabs.
So you
here.
feel like you're about to pass out?
Yeah.
Come on, let's game one more time.
36. You're kind of seeing like the difference of how players are handling the storm surge, whether they're above or below, barely above 136, even though that can flip.
Oh, this kid died right at
They're staying confident, looking towards the backside of the zone where everybody's stacked up to continue to fire shots. They're going up a little bit, falling down, but they're making sure to kind of never really fall below the damage threshold. As Caliper trying to alleviate some of that pressure. As Fredbot Aaron trying to heal up, but Fredbot's not going to get that chance. He's going to get taken down. That's Curve. That's Josh and Tyler on the other side of those builds. Just continuing to not only steal away control, but steal away as much of that positioning on the other side as possible.
Yeah, very good edits there by Caliber, but they cannot make any risky moves right now. They are too close to the finish line here to drop it now. After this, we will be jumping into the last game of the evening. Looking from the top down, Edgy's trio completely isolated, somewhat center. They're going to have the longest of the rotates here to come. Curve, Tyler, and Josh make an early move here on the outside. Aaron and Caliper, big decisions to make now. Do they use... and I'm assuming Aaron's last misform here, or go with the dash. It seems like the dash
this is actually so annoying.
Serve what's left of
Do what again?
Misform there.
Do what again?
Well,
you wanna...
Last one, you kind of want to save it as a get out of jail free card. Hope to not get boxed up. 12 above. That's not going to stop the pain from coming your way. Dox goes down. Jay and Chris are still there. They barely get themselves.
This match still has 9 minutes left.
Forcing a sacrifice on
that insane?
Both of their teamates to make sure Chris has a chance at survival.
Usually, for us in a normal lobby, this would be like three people left. But no, bro, this is 41.
Last bit of resource with the med smoke going down. Cam is there behind him, but the full team in front is going to cut them short.
Who's got high ground though? N-Pen, Zen, Nut. Just, you know,
N-Pen, Zen, Nut.
If there's a time to win, what better time to appear
I shared that.
not in this endgame who are obviously that X factor
Nut,
to
top right.
situation here. They're set up. Not a lot of builds, but they're here.
Yeah, 51
Oh, massive zone. You got me,
a high elimination
yeah.
game in second place.
Oh, this kid got me a lot of
winning, you're in to try to get that global, or just a grand final spot secured. 51 points, 192. You see all the investment they had in the materials to try to hold on to that position. And they're going to continue to invest. They think there's not too many teams in the lobby that they have to worry about contesting their high ground.
I think it's now or never for them. They're at only 50-something points, right? It's really not that much, and it's either that or chance make another full endgame. But look at this, Tyler, Curve, and Josh, they want to put a ribbon on this night as well. They're starting to eye up that high ground, and if you're playing high, you got to know to start targeting those secondary layers. Do not let them get comfortable like this. So it might come down to being inexperienced here, but we'll see. I see Edgy knocked in the feed there too, so big names starting to fall now. Phenom, Yusuf, King Peace trying to kind of gather their situation, but they're running low on material. Here, Fred Calipper is kind of gathering more and more information here. Now they're at the 180 point threshold mark. This is big.
Actually, 1 minute or 4 minis? Which one?
By himself.
4 minis.
Out a top 10 here.
Yeah, he has to wait for that cooldown on that misform in order to use it again. Is dead. He's going to get drop sales and encrypted, forced to change away from those layers.
What happened? I lagged right now. Wait, what's going on? Wait, Min, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hello?
Dang, the whole server just crashed.
Actually, is everybody like
yeah, it just crashed.
No, you're joking, right?
No, it just crashed.
Oh, again? I feel like this happens so much.
That's just staying still. Just crashed.
Insane.
Let me see anyone else who's streaming it. What am I looking at? Okay, give me a sec.
I'm gonna look on YouTube to see if anybody's streaming.
Hey, chat, I'll be back.
Hayes, wait, what's your name? Hayes what? Yeah, hello? What's up, chat? Yeah, chat. I think Night Owl or Haze Baser. I think he's gone right now. The FNCS servers crashed. He's trying to see what happened. He'll be back soon. But I feel like Fortnite, Epic Games just needs to fix their server. I feel like this happens way more than people think. Like the FCS servers going down. Like this happens in a lot of tournaments too. Like LAN tournaments everywhere. This happens. Fix it. Sure, they have enough money to figure out what's going on. So. I just don't even know what to say. I do good, but Cat, I feel like he'll let me shut up my channel. So yeah, y'all go check out whoever's watching Hayes. Y'all go check out my channel. It'll be DTS Dirt. Go subscribe if you would. I like lost my channel because I broke my phone and I forgot the email and I had like 1,000 subscribers. And so I lost all that channel, all my content. So I had to restart like a couple weeks ago. Or a couple months ago actually. I haven't been doing so good. Harder to post content, so like can't really do it. I want to start doing live streams. That's why I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers. I feel like I'd be good at live streams. I would say I'm a good Fortnite player, but I don't. I'm elite right now. I'm like stacked right now, bro. But he just got insane. What do y'all make Glider redeploy? I don't really like him, in my opinion. I mean, it's okay. But when like trying to kill kids with it station, it's not that good. But if you're like skybasing, I feel like I'm a good skybaser too, so I skybase a lot, but I feel like it'd be good. This kid's been exotic. No, this kid's been exotic. I don't try to revive. How did he hit that? Yeah, this kid actually might be aimbot. I haven't found an exotic or a mythic in a while. Like the last game that I played, this guy had the mythic shockwave launcher kits and also flawless stinker. I like both of those. Game is fun, bro. I hate the original Assault Rifle. It's like I'm just kidding. All these kids do nowadays is just have SMGs and AR. Them. Cody White, bro. Let's get this exotic SMGs. Dead. Holy. I'm actually bored. I hate the gray or the teammates are just all. I can tell these kids just all the players.
Yo, a chat. I'm still alive. Oh, yeah.
Good chat.
To my brother?
Yeah, I've been talking to your chat.
Oh, has my brother? Wait, was my brother on the mic?
No.
Oh yeah, because I muted it.
I shouted out my YouTube channel. Is that fun?
What?
I shouted out my YouTube channel. Is that fun?
Yep. Sorry, I'm gonna load into Legends Landing one more time and see if it's alive. I know you logged on. You liar! You packed a liar. Oh, what's wrong? What? You still have the dart? Chainsaw! Yeah, just like Paperboy said. Ow! I don't miss it in the peanut. Where do I hit? Okay.
Why?
Give me the bullets, bro. Give me the bullets. Give me the bullets or tell mom now. Yeah, exactly. Give me the bullets. Bullets. There's one. There's one. One went down there. I think they all went down there actually. Now. And now, let me check. Ow! Mother! Hey! Hey! Stop! Actually, stop! You're hurting my hair! What? You mother! Stop! Stop! I'm wearing a headset! Stop! You're breaking it! Stop! Actually, ow!
100.
to the grand finals next week. So
oh yeah, it is still live. Wait, pause. It actually is still live.
They deserve all the praise. They really have been so consistent. I don't think a lot of us were expecting some trios to be more consistent than Ritual Cold and Peterbot.
Ritual Cold and Peterbot.
What?
So wait, what's
what we watch here today and then what
we're
expecting to see in grand finals is two very different things.
That's so true. Really quick, before we get into the last game.
Stop find the bullets.
Is this it? Vivid, could we see a win from Peterbot? Could we see them finally take it serious and get a victory royale?
I mean, in my opinion, depends on what they want to do. They want to go for that continued early aggression they've been going for, or do they want to play for the win? Hopefully, for the win.
I think they're going to get the win. I think they're going to get 20 eliminations. Watch it here happen right now.
20! Okay, well, Kelly looked at my script. We're going into the last game of group number 3. Is it Peterbot's game? Let's find out.
Alright.
Questions have been asked, Monster. Who's going to get this last victory royale? The implications could be so big. If a team inside probably has 180 or 4 wins, they will unlock a spot at the bottom of the leaderboard. Game 5 is ready. Let's jump into the last one of the day.
Definitely with you there, Jacob. Game 5 is ready, and we are here. We get
chat game 5.
Of course,
am I muted?
Here. And you know,
oh,
had a great
no, I wasn't.
Okay. Is Peterbot going to take
chat
one very seriously and try to pull home that victory royale? Is he going to go for the upsets of the century? Because you know what? If you really think about it, the longer he's alive, kind of running around the lobby, the more likely he is to continue to shut down finals dreams for team after team.
Hi, chat.
Uncontested yet again, and that's exactly the case. We saw it in Group 1. We saw it in Group 2. The longer
contested. Bro, Cold is wearing Batman.
The harder it's going to be to even just get points.
Cold is wearing Batman.
Bro, I just blanked this. Yep, this will go now. Put the exotic. I'll go soon up to school and fix. What did? Oh my! I just got 1 bump. Oh! It's so annoying, but this game's actually fun. I'm leaving. What's this freaking kid is sitting in a bush? I'm done. I'm leaving.
Chat. Yeah. It's just like, man, are you still there? Man. Men. Men. Something's going on. Either like that or something. It's gonna get 6 limbs. No, not the laggy server. Oh shoot. Holy shoot. Take it off my back. Oh, you're touching me. You see that play right there? Sorry, Toby. Baseball. I'm lagging so hard I can't even see what's going on, bro. I'm lagging like crazy. I can't do anything.
I'm gonna leave, okay?
Wait, you gonna leave? Okay.
Okay, peace out.
Peace out. I can play with you. Oh. Just waiting for the FNCS to go back live. It's just froze. And there's really nothing I can do. Like, I'm lagging like crazy over here and it just freezes. That's probably why. Because it froze. Still, I'm not gonna wait here and not watch a game. Oh shoot, I don't care. Yeah, at least see that line. God. I cannot control the stuff that happens. I'm lagging so hard right now. I cannot. I'm just gonna return live because I'm just lagging. Can I? Okay, okay. Okay. Side peek in the like, let me play it one last time to see. And we'll get off. And I can finally end the stream right after. But it still says it's live, so yeah. Like, come on, let's just let it let me in. Let's just let it let me in. Come on. And it's just black screen. Oh, I need other than black screen. Bro, what the pena? Where did that go? Okay, now I gotta look completely. Chef Crabra Condabra. God, I'm lagging like crazy right now. Crabra. Just like the bombs. No, I'm not gonna give him that shot. I'm going to do it. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do it. Don't tell me to give it another shot. I really don't know where it went then. But it went somewhere. I just don't know now. Found it. If this does not just like load, I'm gonna have to end stream.
Jay separate while
Yep, there we go. There we go.
Could be fired. 2 tick.
Chat,
So
there we
on
go.
the clock. Couple of seconds is all he has left.
This is
and
the
that
last
does
match.
go down. Him, Zen, and Enpen will have to play.
Where's Peter? Where's Peter?
I wouldn't be surprised if this team doesn't even make it out.
It's 5
Not
tick.
only to, you know, the 5 tick, but like I was thinking just Storm Surge might just turn on. Like we are in zone 6 and they're still in the zone here. Yeah, reality kind of kicks in for everyone and it just makes you wonder like why stay around for one player that long. Unfortunate for them. They had a real chance.
Edgy.
Multiple teams runs coming to.
Come
on. This is
on.
the last game
Where's
here
Peter?
now.
Where's Peter?
Team that wins is going straight to grand finals. After that, it's all about consistency.
Where's Peter? Team.
That one team that was basically the Line, Cyclops, Cuban Fleeks. Well, this is the team that is 2 points shy of that. Aimred, Gary, and Angel, and they're positioning pretty well, trying to play to their gameplay, to their strengths, not taking any big fights early on, not taking any big risks. Let the lobby kind of do that to each other, especially with still some big games here. Some of them still in the game. Osid, Soneto, and Cam being one of them. One of the more aggressive teams that we have in the lobby so far, Skater, Murby, and Ralphie. So the least amount of Storm Surge ticks out of every team in the lobby, and you're seeing how they're doing it. They're just constantly pressuring teams. They're constantly getting Storm Surge and cleaning up these eliminations.
I saw a little glimpse, too, of Edgy and Chance, just as a duo, kind of a lot. I'm actually curious how many points they might have. I get to really keep a pulse on them, with whether or not they have a chance to make top 10 essentially through consistency. But this is an end game, so placement points will start being rewarded here. This is where it really begins to matter.
This is where it's going down just one placing too soon, one elimination short. Could really tell the tale of your season in the group stages. The Cynics Polar.
Yeah, Peterbot's team went
They're
down.
having to do this one without Cirque. There might be a small chance with a couple reboot vans nearby, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. It's basically a beacon, letting everybody know where you're at and what you're trying to do.
I don't see
Continue to pull towards the southeast. Monster, if you kind of look at where the zone is at now, more than half of it has some open water, not much land for them to kind of set up at.
And like
nope. See, I am enough than everyone else, but no.
Outpost Enclave endgame action here. This time, no big portion, like you mentioned, is in that water. Is going to make it basically unplayable. So this is going to be huge congestion that's going to start taking form here.
Really hope to call.
A lot. 48 players in the game. Look at that packed player count right on top of one another. You even have the southern teams like, I don't like this little bit of landmass. Let's get into the rest of the action here.
Oh, and
this is good or tougher for the duos.
Yeah, 100%.
Below the threshold, you're kind of seeing
which one's teamed out? No, Cold Peterbot. They're still alive. They're still alive.
Towards the southwest.
Okay, cool.
We need this.
Good.
The only team on that edge of the map, so it's going to be very, very treacherous, yes, as it pulls all the way over. The timing is of the essence for them. They have an extra landmass over towards the north. They can try to get to that and then try to cut across before every other team. You've seen everybody trying to make that rotation first. Fredbot's going to go down 192 points. They've all but sealed their deal. Maybe make it safe, get over 200, but they quickly use that misform to reposition ahead of the path of a lot of these teams, one of the farthest pulls in the lobby, and you're seeing so many of them still busy on this rotation.
Gotta go east here. The Caliber and Aaron. You know, they're just like sitting on their edge, like thinking if they made it or not just yet. 190 surely has to be enough, but you never know until it's all said and done. Oh, look at this. Chance ends up falling. So I wasn't sure if they actually had Dukes alive. Edgy jumps in the box, tries to actually fight him.
Let's go.
Aaron comes out of nowhere, but Edgy was quick enough to react there. Peterbot, once again, somehow finds his mark when it matters most. Now, Edgy being hunted.
Oh, he's getting revenge on Edgy. He's not letting Edgy die. Wait, no, he's letting it. He's gonna get Edgy to die. No, not again, Peter. Not again, Peter.
Somehow bails himself out.
I can't believe he just survived that, but he saw that he got the elimination on the chance.
Down.
He knew Edgy and the rest of the team was going to be nearby. And he kind of just played for it. He did all or nothing. Now the med misspoke going down. Hopefully they do have that misform because that's going to make it easy for them to close the distance. Maybe they have the dashes. I know Peterbot doesn't have much. Maybe a cutback of the zone. The implications of this could be huge because they already got their spot near the top side of the leaderboard. I know we're predicting a big win, but so far it's looking bleak.
Well, you know, very few teams are going to have like 4 med mist in their inventory, so they are one of the ones that can actually make a full recovery inside of the storm now. And Cole is going to carry that misform, so I think they are still in this game, but give it a second. High ground starting to take place here. Fabio, Kyrie, Chef looking pretty good right now. Just a shot shy of an elimination right there. Could have been a huge recovery opportunity for them right there, but look at this, going back over this kind of water in this low terrain here, so it's really going to open up high ground to be even more susceptible to kind of be secured for them right now.
Peterbot still left.
And aim red.
Good, Peterbot still left.
I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Literally the line trying to hold on to it from below the storm surge threshold to right up
Edgy's
above.
dead.
Edgy getting taken down. The full team sent back to the lobby. LCQ
Edgy and Cold are dead.
Peterbot having to ditch Cold, leaving him out to dry. Repositions the front side of his home, waiting for Ritual to catch up. Aimred has a lot of pressure on his shoulders to continue to try to get at least a few more placement points. Top 11 situation. He goes up above, flying high, all or nothing, but drops right back down. Saw Cam, saw Sineto, saw O, said, nope, never mind. Let's try to figure out somewhere else to hide. There's only one build left and a ton of pressure on his shoulders.
165 points here. Peterbot just ran right past Aimred. Luckily, he didn't ask for any action there. Oseed Cam and Sinetto want to close this one out in glorious fashion. You know what? I do respect it because they managed to pull this through. This will open up the standings for others. Peterbots.
Peterbot, come on.
Peterbot!
Peterbot dies!
Look at that. He ends up falling there. 7th place.
Peterbot dies. It's just ritual. Again. Then close the closet. Ben, close the closet. Peterbot dies and so does Cold. It's just ritual. Ritual's just gonna have to be that played.
Yeah, he has no choice. He's getting pressured. Instead of trying to make his way through that, possibly getting tagged up, he's gonna buy himself a little.
Ritual gets it. Ritual gets it.
Try to go through it. Sinetto.
Come on. Sinetto's team is cooking.
Close to cracking that 300-point mark. Really making a statement as Toons quickly getting targeted out, forced to use his misform, reposition, trying to stay alive. Top 5 situation. Most of the teams down below are in shambles, separated. Cam's ready to finish the job. He's gonna be one playing disruptor for the team on high.
HQ, final eliminations right now. Cyclops and VLAX break 200 points, and it looks like they have done it right now. Talk about a celebratory finish right here for them. Coming into game 5 right now, riding this all the way into a top 5. But you have enough, Salt and Smiley just still holding on to the dream. So this is really going to come down to their performance right now. How badly do they want finals? Can they get a piece of these 11 players, 10 players now standing? They need the elims.
Where's Ritual?
Yeah, some are sitting, waiting, watching for this one to play out because they don't have control over their destiny. But they are one of the few teams that do. They just need to continue to push themselves further and further in towards this end game. As HQ, he's able to get elimination close, but that one's stolen away by Smiley. Both teams converging down below. The third and final team up above, that's Sinetto, Osid, Cam, and you're seeing they're consolidating all the heals onto one player as the just in case when the heal off happens. Down below, they're trying to do the same thing, making sure they have the misform, making sure they have the chug kits as well, but the clash is inevitable. They trade shots, downs on each one of these teams. Smiley, he goes down as well. He had all the heals enough, is now trying to stay alive, but his chances at winning went out the window. Cyclops finds another opportunity, gets all of those heals while enough. He's doing what he can to stay alive. Fleeks is down below. That could be the elimination to give him more time with the Siphon.
It's the qualification elims right now. He needs to secure himself those last points, but I don't think he found them in the end. It really is going to go the distance. I am enough trying to run his way back, seeing if he can actually heal his way through this. Hey, listen, Sid's only got 40 HP, but no, enough. Didn't put the wall up. Heal gets interrupted. Cam gets it in the last second. Sinetto finds himself a med miss and some extra heals too, so that's going to be all she wrote. Nice little med miss to give himself some distance here. I am enough. Siphon comes through for him, so it's going to buy him a little bit more time, but I think Sinetto's got this so long as his map was good, and surely it is going to be there in the end.
1,002 points.
Sid and Cam go straight to finals.
I had to do a double take there at the end, looking at his loadout. I'm like, Chug Jug, Med Kit, Med Miss Smoke, another Chug Jug, Cave. I'm like, there's not even a weapon in his inventory. That's how hard he went to make sure they got that win at the end of the day. They played perfect, or as close to it as possible, dominating the top of the leaderboards. And when it came down to it, they didn't even need it because they closed out the day with a win. That has to be confidence at an all-time high going into grand finals.
By and far the best team, just consistent, and then of course taking the win there to really put the cherry on top of themselves. But that was the upsetter right there for I Am Enough. I think them just stealing away those eliminations when it really mattered. You know, although he got a second, he almost played for the win there. Sinetto, Cam, and Sid also do something significant here, Jacob. They open up the standings for another team.
No, rightfully so. I was looking at the bottom of the leaderboard. Cyclops, HQ, Fleeks, we got Aimred, Gary, Angel, Neko, Fishy, Zombie. All of them were on the bubble trying to figure out, even become mathematicians, how many elims, how many placement points. But that's going to do it from myself and Monster D-Face for the group stages. I'm going to throw it to Z because we need to know who's going to finals.
Thank you so much, Jacob and MDF. Fantastic cast on the day. My, oh my. 5 games down, and now here we are. We know who'll be going through to grand finals, and now we also know who's going to be pushed through to the last chance qualifier. For Sinetto, Sid, and Cam, though, a victory royale in game 5 is actually really big, and Jacob already called out why, right? The fact that if these guys at the top got themselves a victory royale, once again, we're pulling the lower end of the lobby up 1. That means some trio out there, and I already know who, is going to get themselves that extra spot and secure a spot in grand finals. But as our casters already called out, Sinedo, Sid, and Cam, I mean, they are just consistent. They've been consistent. They're treating this like a finals lobby. And I think that's what's really important about these group stages, right? Is to really refine. Though the games, obviously, in grand finals will be a little bit different. The caliber will be a little bit different. The pressure will be a lot more. I think it's still really important to start kind of like, hey, this is kind of a grand finals. This is how I need to be acting, thinking, looking, right? So I like seeing this trio succeed.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of people feel the same way. Sinedo, Cam, and Osid, definitely not one of the more notable trios that we have in North America Central, but that makes it all the more impressive that they were able to hold their own against some pretty big names in this lobby, and also do it with such display by getting a second, a third place, and then, of course, the final victory royale.
You know, at the beginning of the day, if you would have been like, hey, listen, there's going to be a trio going into the last game that's going to be at the top of the consistency leaderboard, and they haven't won a game yet, and then they're going to win game number 5 as sort of like this victory lap. I think we all would have said that it would have been Peterbot, right? But no, Osid kind of put it on the performance today for us. Very, very consistent, and yeah, happy to see them kind of play that consistency, play that well, and of course earn their spot in the grand finals.
That's right, Vivid. That's right. Not the way we thought, but I'm still happy either way. Let's take a look and remind ourselves that who all got the victory royale. Maybe you're tuning in late. Maybe you're getting here at the end of the show. Thanks for even just stopping by. We really do appreciate it. Here's a reminder of
people that got
all
victory
the
royale.
that got themselves a victory royale and what game they got that in. Once again, in this last game, Sinedo, Cam, and Sid got a victory royale. And man, what started as a crazy day ends as a crazy day. Guys, I kind of want to start. Obviously, this is exciting, right? And I love to see these trios make it through the grand finals. I want to turn attention to the consistency leaderboard, though. In this last game, with Sinedo moving up, they actually pull in I Am Enough. In that last game, they pull out the second place with 10 elims. Guys, they needed that to happen. They needed that performance.
I am enough almost in that qual
to push them through.
He qualified. I am enough.
And again, because Sinedo, Cam, and Sid got
he
the
qualified
victory
by 10.
royale, it was enough, right? They would have actually pushed out Aim Red, excuse me, Gary and Angel. But again, those top end players getting that victory royale, it's so big for the lobby, Kelly. It's so big.
Especially when you're just looking at like the names that like just barely made that, like, you know, getting into this top 5 for consistency is so important, especially in the final group stage. And you know, I know we were all sweating for a moment there. Ritual, Cold, Peterbot not getting a victory royale. Are they even going to make it in? Well, yeah, they're first as far as consistency goes. And I mean, we saw it with Acorn's trio in Group 1, and we even saw a little bit of it with Clix's trio in Group 2. But Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold, I think what they wanted out of today, they got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, they didn't win the game, right? They didn't necessarily, you know, come out and have a show and Clix did and Acorn did. But yeah, like Kelly said, I mean, for whatever reason, you know, Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold, you know, switched up their job spots, looking to kind of defend that going into grand finals over at Brutal. Wanted to go ahead and defend that from Edgy, and yeah, I mean, they just continuously found them throughout the day. Even in that last game right there, 8th zone, I was like, how in the world in 8th zone are you kind of finding this isolated fight against a team that you have a target on their backs? But yeah, not necessarily the typical Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual fashion that we would have necessarily expected, but like Kelly said, they got done what they wanted to get done today.
Yeah, obviously, next weekend being grand finals, everything will be a bit different, right? We're playing for global championship spots for some. For others, we're looking to play for more prize money, right? The higher we can end on the leaderboard will mean the more goes directly into our pockets, right? So, and I'm also curious, right? Will we see Pollo, oh my God. Peterbot, Pollo, there we go. Thank you, Brain. Actually decide we're going to contest each other. Like, grands, is that the time, Kelly? Is this... I mean, I guess for them, it really doesn't matter, right? They're already qualified
No,
to
it
globals.
matters. Oh my gosh, Zeke, it matters so much because this isn't just about Major 3 Grand Finals. This is about the Global Championships, and this is about posturing yourself into the Global Championships. So even though both of them are incredible trios, and we know that contested trios don't do that well, being the best out of those two in their situation means, I think, so much more to them than getting a top 3. It has been the Peterbot versus Pollo story all year long, and we gotta find the thrilling conclusion of it, Zeke. I don't think this is about grand finals. I think this is about so much more between these two players.
Yeah, it's about sending a message, man. You know, with that being said, listen, you know, all of our teams, all but 3, are going in the grand finals, and I feel like we've got a long week ahead of us kind of preparing for that. A lot of big decisions need to be made by some of our trios, and yeah, the contestation that's going to be going on next week and all the fights. Who's going to win it? It's going to be crazy.
So what you guys are saying is grand finals next week is going to be 2 storylines. It's going to be like the overarching grand finals. We want to try and qualify to globals. And then the equally as important Poyo versus Peterbot. Which one of us is going into globals as the winner? I see. Okay, I like that. I'm for that, and I'm sure the Fortnite fam are as well. With that being said, guys, that pretty much wraps up group number 3. Next stop, grand finals. Before we say goodbye, any kind of words from you two?
Incredible group stages. Thank you guys for making it so entertaining. I understand that we want these set lobbies. We want to get the grand finals right away, but of course we want to make sure that all the best trios make it through. So I love these group stages. A big shout out to all the trios for really putting on a show for all of us.
And excited in 15 games over the course of the groups. And the kind of crazy
15 games?
3 groups, and there was
3 groups?
1 grand final.
1
12 games,
winner.
almost as much, right? We're almost getting as much
Goes
Fortnite next weekend as we did over the past 2 weekends. But yeah, looking very, very forward to it. All the teams that we watched in the groups kind of coming together. And then as well, looking forward to that LCQ and seeing who goes ahead and nabs one of those last couple spots.
Oh man, so much homework to be done this week for the players. For us, it is going to be exciting, of course. This is the part I hate. We got to say goodbye wherever you're watching from, whether that was here or a viewing party. Hi Aussie chat. Hi everybody. We hope that you guys had just a fantastic time. We hope you have a fantastic week. Next week, we're going to have a more complete picture as to who is going to the global championship. And then literally after next week, the next thing is the global championship. Where has this year gone? I don't know, but I'm so here for it, and we hope that you guys are as well. Once again, thanks to these two. Thanks to MDF and Jacob PR. And of course, our EU team. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing here next weekend, EU's got their own grand finals before us. You want to make sure you are there. You don't want to miss it. Until then, have a fantastic week. We love you. Keep yourself safe. We'll see you on that battle bus.
Beep, beep.
Dang. Wow. Honestly, I think that's the best way to end the live stream. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That is going to be it.